people. It is Thursday, the 2nd of March. Welcome to TDA, the day after, your favorite news platform and the home of popular culture as defined by the culture. Do you guys know what it's like over here? We'll introduce ourselves.
Morning, beautiful people. Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday.
All right, then.
Friday Eve.
Big March from the east side of the bridge. You know what it is already. Let's go. Day before my favorite day.
That's right. Energy's on 100. I love it. Oh, we're twinning with our colour.
Grey in that.
Look at
See?
that. We're in sync.
Where's your grey, Brent?
Is there a killie on your top?
No, it's kill your excuses. No, am I man? What the hell? What do you think this is? No, it's my brother's brand. Kill your excuses.
Right.
But I am your favourite shade queen, Martin Royalty.
Yo, can you just give me your brother's Instagram so I can actually give people context?
Okay.
Is that
Kill
a
your-
problem? Isn't he a public face?
I just have to think about it. No, do you know what? Yeah. It's fine anyway, because his brand is, he does what he needs to do in it. It's kill your excuses. So kill _ your excuses, I think. Yeah, kill _ your _ excuses. Actually, it's good, because some of you be talking to me anyhow, as if I don't have a personal security guard, and I look at you like, okay, carry on.
Where's your brother Henry or something?
My brother does what he needs to do. He's
Right.
So y'all can keep talking or whatever.
Right?
Y'all can keep talking.
Oh my Lord. What?
I'm very proud of my brother. He's my favorite person. He's my favorite male in the world.
Oh, this is funny. This is too funny.
Yeah.
You don't need to talk to Esther nicely, man.
Listen.
What the hell is going on here?
Yeah, because sometimes people will talk. I'm just thinking, boy, you don't even know. you don't have got a personal security guard.
Yeah, that Kevin.
But yeah.
That's too funny.
But big up my brother though.
Man said he does what he needs
Anyone
to do.
who wants, if you want PT and he's a personal trainer, nutritionist, all that great stuff, proper discipline. I've never met anyone so disciplined in my life. His discipline is actually ridiculous. Yeah, and he's got bodybuilding trophies on his name as well and everything. So, big up my brother. Big up Alex. He's married, by the way. So any girls, I will find you. That one I will fight. So don't be doing that. But yeah, how's everyone doing today?
We all right. We
Yeah.
good and ready for the world.
Love it. Guys, please like the video before we get into the show. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. And yeah, let's get into it. Let's get into our first headlines. Here, I actually forget I have to read. All right. So, our first headline. Jacob Rees-Mogg has admitted a COVID-19 test for his son was couriered to his home during a national shortage. He accepted it might be deemed special treatment, but defended the arrangement due to his workload as a cabinet minister at the time. WhatsApp messages leaked to the Telegraph appear to show former Health Secretary Matt Hancock's advisor helped send the test in September 2020. The Telegraph has obtained more than 100,000 of Mr. Hancock's messages. The paper has published messages it says were sent on the 10th of September 2020 by Alan Nixon, Mr. Hancock's political special advisor at the time. One suggests an initial test for one of Mr. Rees-Mogg's children had been lost by the laboratory. It goes on to say, we've got a courier going to their family home tonight. Child will take the test and courier will take it straight to the lab. Should have results tomorrow AM. Responding to his GB News chat show on Wednesday, Mr. Rees-Mogg said, one of my children needed a test and that put everybody into quarantine. When he was informed his child's initial test had been lost, it was raised with the Department of Health and they decided to send me a test to a member of my family. So if I received special treatment, it wasn't because I had requested it, but actually it allowed a government minister to get back to work with a child who didn't have COVID in the first place. He said the COVID testing system had not been working, but I accept it wasn't working for other people too. Labour has urged the government to determine whether Mr. Rees-Mogg received special treatment and not to hide behind the COVID inquiry. A spokesman for Labour leader Sir Keir Starmer said the government is more than capable of answering those questions now and ensuring that we can have clarity and transparency on those issues. I feel like this reminds me of the whole Partygate thing. Is it an issue if like public servants have special treatments for certain things?
I think so.
I feel like it's a perk of the job.
What, taking advantage of your position?
Is it taking advantage of? Is it just me using what's at my disposal?
Oh, no, I'm not sure what the rules are. If it's not supposed to do it, if it's going to offend people, if they're cutting corners or whatever, then I can see why people would be upset about it.
I guess. All right, so our next headline is a trigger warning. And one of Greece's worst ever rail disasters, which claimed at least 43 lives, was due to tragic human error, the country's prime minister has said. PM Kyriakos spoke after visiting the site of Tuesday night's head-on collision between a passenger service and a freight train. The local station master has been charged with manslaughter. The Greek transport minister has resigned. Rescue teams are continuing to search for survivors. The accident happened just before midnight on Tuesday. The passenger train carrying some 350 people collided with a freight train. Is it freight or freight? Freight, isn't it? Yeah, freight train as it emerged from a tunnel after leaving the town of Larissa. It is still unclear why the two services were running on the same track. The station master, who is in charge of signalling, denies wrongdoing and has blamed the accident on a possible technical failure. After visiting the site, the Prime Minister said everything pointed to a tragic human error. He said justice will do its job, people will be held accountable, while the state will be on the side of the people. Announcing his resignation, Transport Minister said, when something so tragic happens, it is impossible to continue and pretend it didn't happen. Trade unions said collisions have multiple factors, and the crash had highlighted chronic deficiencies, including lack of staff, broken signals, and outdated facilities. You know, this is actually one of my worst fears. Like when I'm on a train, and I see another train coming, because you know sometimes like you can see like the merge and separate. It really, really freaks me out.
And what, you think they're going to hit and stuff?
Yeah, 'cause I'm just like, I don't know if the train driver's feeling suicidal. I don't know if they've missed something. What if they're falling asleep? My mind runs, boy.
What, the trains that go like this?
Yeah, but when it's coming, it looks like it's on your lane, and then you don't see. Then there's like that slight diversion on the tracks. So whenever it's coming my way, I'm just thinking, okay, so no one's gonna panic. We're just all gonna sit here. And then when it goes up, I'm like, okay, cool. But it always freaks me out. And our last headline takes us to Africa, and 2 West African states are repatriating their citizens from Tunisia following inflammatory remarks by President Kais Saied last week. Mr. Saied said that illegal migration was causing demographic change in Tunisia and accused illegal hordes of being behind rising crime. Dozens of migrants from sub-Saharan Africa have since been detained. Ivory Coast and Guinea said they were sending specially chartered planes to bring back their nationals. Ivory Coast government spokesman Amadou Koulibaly said the most urgent thing is to save lives to prevent injuries. Tunisia has estimated 21,000 migrants from sub-Saharan Africa in 2021, according to official figures quoted by local rights activists who accused Mr. Saied of inciting hatred and racial discrimination against African migrants. Mr. Saied has denied being racist. After his comments, many migrants lost their jobs and housing overnight. Some have reported being physically assaulted. Hundreds of Ivorians and Guineans have since registered with their country's embassies to be repatriated. Mr. Saied said the undeclared goal of the successive waves of illegal immigration is to consider Tunisia a purely African country that has no affiliation to the Arab and Islamic nations. The African Union, of which Tunisia is a member, condemned the statement as shocking and warned against racialized hate speech. About 80% of Tunisians believe that racial discrimination is a problem in their country, the highest figure in the Middle East and North Africa region, according to a survey published by the BBC News Arabic last year. All that being said, let's get into what you saying.
Well, welcome to What You Saying, topic of the day. Our topic of the day is, excuse me. You ready to unpack this one?
Let's do it. Might as well. I love a tussle.
I don't know if there's going to be much fighting on this topic here. The minimum marriage age was raised to 18. So this is what we touched on this a little bit, super briefly yesterday, but Just to quickly go, what's your thoughts? Just generally, of the 16 to 18 thing.
I think it's good, but I'll be honest, I didn't even think it was 16.
What do you mean?
Like, I actually did not know there was a legal marriage age. I just felt like you just can't do it as a kid.
What's the sex age? Is it 16 as well? The
Yeah.
consent age.
Yeah, 16.
So maybe that's why it was 16, because it was married.
Yeah.
So then now they're saying they can have sex, but they can't get married.
Yeah, they say get to know each other.
Hmm?
They're saying get to know each other. Have sex before you, have sex for 2 years. Then if you really want to stick to that.
I don't think it's about their age and their maturity. They're saying this stuff, a lot of the main things is to prevent exploitation of vulnerable children who are arranged to marry or enter civil partnerships.
Oh.
Like, it will be illegal whether force is used or not. So, with that being said, yeah, is this like the UK like forcing their own stuff, like their own beliefs on the multi-ethnic citizens? Because it's culturally it's normal, innit? It's a way of life for some people. Like, it's tradition, innit?
Yeah.
You get what I mean? This stuff's been happening from the beginning of time. Before they decided to get fucking all woke and shit, they've been
doing
marrying off from the lineage, the monarchy, all of this stuff has been happening from the beginning of time. This shit's been happening. And now they're vilifying people, saying it's wrong, it's wrong, it's wrong. I'm guessing there are cases where there are vulnerable children and stuff like that.
Yeah, he'll be married off at 16.
But then what about tradition then? What do you think about that?
I don't know. I think tradition is a funny one for me because I tend to look at tradition from not being in the tradition. Do you get what I mean? So I would look at it from like quote unquote woke eyes. Because for me, I don't like arranged marriage and stuff. I see how it works and I think it's fine. I think where people can have a say, then I'm here for it. But there's some cultures where you don't have a say. Like the family, you just pick your partner and you have a grow to like them and grow to love them. Like this is just you anyway. Do you get what I mean? So I have mixed feelings about that. But I think if it will actually help in safeguarding, because really the thing is that with traditional stuff here and cultures, as much as you can live here and pass on your cultures, I feel like culture is watered down like with every generation. So even though that you say arranged marriage is a cultural thing, your kids will want they're going to be around other cultures where that's not their culture, right? And wherever they're the minority. And I feel like that kind of that outside influence waters down the value of this culture for them.
Yeah, but you still believe what you believe in. There's kids that come to school that are like, say, like Jehovah's Witness.
Yeah.
That don't celebrate birthdays and stuff
And
like
Christmas
that.
and
And
stuff.
Christmas and stuff like that. And they're the minorities in them situations usually for the most part when you go to school. And they have to go through it. But they stay strong in there. Obviously, it's harder for kids, but the parents and stuff. I'm saying there's people in the... Like, that's not... Being a minority is like not enough. Like, I think, like, don't you think people should be allowed, to have a control of their destiny, like, so their lineage and stuff like that? Like,
Do you know someone said the other day? Someone said, tradition is rules set by dead people that we follow. And it is.
That's true.
It really is. It blew my mind when he said that.
Yeah, but if the rules helped us prosper and thrive in certain situations, obviously it's not linear across the board.
Absolutely.
But if the rules helped us prosper and thrive and get to where we are today, why are you turning your nose up on them now? Because you want to try something different with what's been working. I'm saying people within their rights to look. Say you come from wealth, yeah?
Yeah.
You come from wealth. We spoke about inheritance. We spoke about giving your kids stuff, leaving them money, all these kind of things. Is it wrong for you to want to control the destiny of your bloodline?
Yeah.
So if I have a son, I know we come from good stock. I've got a family that I know from over there. They come from good stock. Like, do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, there's money over there. We're going to merge our families and we're going to build, and it's going to help our bloodline continue moving forward. Strong family shit. This is what kings and queens and shit been doing from the beginning of time. To take that away from people, like, is that totally unfair to want to do, or what then? Is that lost in this day and age? Is that like an old school thing?
It's tricky. No, I don't think it's. I don't think you should just take it from people. But I also think that if you're living in someone's society, this is not where your culture was born. So you're gonna have to live by our rules.
You know, that's not true though, because we only do that and we only pick and choose with stuff that we like. Because Qatar just had a World Cup and they were telling people to live by their rules and people was cussing about it and their traditions.
Yeah, but I thought that was stupid because I'm very big on if I go to someone's country and this is the day of the land, I follow it. So
Yeah, but-
like the Qatar stuff, I thought that was dumb because
No,
they don't drink there. So why
No,
would
but
you?
Their thing is like, I will follow the rules, but your rules are stupid. Your rules go against human rights. Your rules are wrong,
Yeah.
they're inhumane. So I'm not following it. But that's what I'm trying to say. So we can't people. You can't just do that with the traditions because you get me. Not everybody's respecting them. I don't know.
I don't know. It is. Yeah, it's a bit tricky. But I do believe if you're in someone's society and this is the rules of the land, you have to adhere to it. Like your culture, sadly, your culture does not hold weight here.
So you don't think it's an infringement on people's freedoms?
No, because then if we start to go down that freedom route, then a 13-year-old can say, I want to get married and that's my right, that's my freedom. Like, I feel like when we start to go down the human rights, freedom, choice road, anybody, a 10-year-old could come back and say, I love that girl and I want to get married, and they could be really stubborn about it and want to get married. It's difficult. When we start to do freedom, because they're not saying you can never get married, you just have to wait till you're 18, which I think is responsible enough.
I think
I think that's a responsible age enough to be able to get married.
so. Basically, arranged child marriages, yeah, they're now illegal, yeah.
That's good.
Anyone found doing them, yeah, will face 7 years in prison.
Okay.
Is that fair, knowing that these are traditional practices in some cases?
Yeah, because also as well, I feel like it's fair because sometimes, yeah, because in my mind, yeah, so it'd be like 16 for 16. I'm thinking like for like in ages. But if it's like a grown ass like man,
there'll be big men.
yeah, absolutely, they should be jailed because that's nasty. If let's just say the age was still 16, right? When it was 16, and you're 35, for example, and you wanted to marry a 16-year-old.
But that's the age of consent. They can have sex with her.
Yeah, but the thing is, again, these things are never really of choice of the girl being married.
I mean,
being married off.
there's some young people who've been living on their own, fending for themselves since they were 16. So
No,
are
absolutely.
they not capable of making them decisions?
No, they can. But what I'm saying, but they made that decision. So I'm saying in terms of arranged marriages and stuff, if it's an older man, it tends to be something that's facilitated by the family, not necessarily you. I know some cultures, they do ask, like, if you don't want to be with that person, they'll actually take that into consideration. But sometimes they don't. Do you get what I mean? They don't. So say, for example, a 16-year-old girl or even 18 now, and the person that they've brought to you to marry is 30, you don't really have a say in that. That is wild.
So what we're saying is there's no space, literally, for that old way of thinking because them, as sound, I don't know if it's going to sound misogynist or whatever, yeah, but like, the way they move is purpose built, innit? There were people that wouldn't like them conversations, but they would marry off their 16, 17-year-old daughter to a 35-year-old man because of everything that this 35-year-old man brings to the table. Them being 17, got a long life, healthy, ready to bear kids, will give them bear children. And again, it's about the family and the growth and I hear it kind of makes sense. Like they're not just doing it to be seedy, if that makes sense.
Yeah. That's the thing, because culturally, the reason why these things happened, like it's got a lot to do with like wealth. It's got a lot to do with like family. It's got a lot to do with building communities. But again, it's difficult for me to see it objectively with my Western eyes. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
But I do think I do think this is good because this is safeguarding. Like, I'll be honest with you, a 35-year-old penis in a 17-year-old girl's, that's yikes. That's wild.
If they told you you was betrothed, how would you have dealt with it? How would you deal with it?
I'm running away.
Oh, you wouldn't do it?
No, it depends who it is. If I don't like the person,
Is there not that,
If I could have a say-
respect family thing that could they not make you do it? Like, if that makes sense, if they
That's what I'm
told
saying,
you
they-
this is what's going on,
and some people do. Some people they do make them do it, but
But obviously your family's
I'm not wired that way.
you haven't been that way inclined. But I'm saying, obviously, it's just hypothetical. But if it did get pushed to you, what would you have done? You would have went through with it, no?
Yeah, if I was back in Nigeria, I think I would have gone through it. But I know myself that, like, I don't actually feel like God built me with that go for follow traditions. Like, I've always been questioning things from when I was younger. I've always questioned things. Do you get what I mean? But I think if I was someone who, this is all I know, this is what I've seen, this is how my mum got married, this is how my grandmother got married, my great grandmother, and you would just go with it. And that's what a lot of people do, but it still doesn't make it right.
What's your thoughts on it, Brent?
I have a couple questions.
Go on.
Esther, are the 16-year-olds in Nigeria the same as the 16-year-olds in in England?
No.
What's the differences?
I think the kids back there, like, they're sharper. I think the circumstances allow them to be more mature.
Now let's
But-
rewind 100, 200 years.
Yeah.
Do you think the 16-year-olds in Nigeria would be like the 16-year-olds way back when?
They probably would have been
No.
more mature back in the day, innit?
All right.
Yeah,
so-
but then, do you know what it is, though, when it comes to maturity, kids and maturity, is because they've been robbed of their childhood.
Mm.
Do you get what I mean? So they're not mature because that's what they should be. Is mature because that's the circumstances. You've had to sharpen up.
No, I'm speaking to this whole tradition thing that you keep saying. It's always been like that, right? And shouldn't they look to uphold that, keep that, because it served them for so long?
Yeah.
But if the children or the adults weren't the same mentally, 100, 200, 300, 400 years ago, where tradition you're quoting or citing started, then why are you looking to compare it to today's children or to today's adults? In my mind, you would quicker say that a 35-year-old man looking to marry a 16-year-old girl of today is wild compared to if it was way back when.
Yeah, definitely. I'm not saying. Yeah, definitely. I'm not saying that.
So when you say,
But
tradition.
we're just picking them numbers. We don't know what the numbers are. We've just picked those. You know what I'm trying to say? Like the age is the age. We don't know. It's all hypotheticals. The person could be 17 and 21. Like we don't know.
I'm just challenging the blind following of tradition. That's
Yeah,
what
no,
I'm
I'm
challenging.
with you.
Yeah.
But in that tradition, there's not saying that the age gaps have to be that. That's not a rule or a thing. You know what I'm trying to say? That it's not going to be that for every case.
Yeah.
Not at all. There'll be families in India and stuff like that do their stuff, and the kids are pretty much matched up in age and time. They've known this has been going to happen since they were youths and stuff like that. It's not always a big disparity in these things. I'm not saying that stuff doesn't happen because I'm pretty sure it
I think it
does.
was only because we were talking about that disparity.
Okay,
That's
okay.
why I mentioned it. If it
Yeah,
if we
no,
change the topic, then we can talk about
No,
it.
it's a valid point you're making, but I'm saying I don't think it's like general across the board that's what we should stick on, because all the cases ain't gonna be like that. It's not necessarily about the age gap. It's about the tradition. You know what I'm trying to say? Within that tradition, across the board is you're gonna get people that have got big age gaps, small age gaps, same age area. It's gonna vary from case to case. So I don't think we should focus like on that big age gap like that. We should talk about the tradition. You get no?
No. Not to dismiss what you're saying.
Yes, sir.
Understand what you're saying. So we're in a country that had their own laws, right? And you're talking about people from other lands coming to this country, and we should now look to uphold the laws that they exhibited in their lands, right? Is that what you're telling me? You said it's a bit unfair to those cultures that practice this stuff.
Yeah,
Am I right?
I think so. Yeah.
All right. I think, as you all said before, whichever land you're in, follow the code. It's not fair or unfair. This is how it's played out here.
Yeah.
That's to that point.
But we've already. That's why I said that though. We've got examples that's not true. In the world, doesn't work like that. That's not true. That's what it would be nice if that's.
No, you mean when you mentioned Qatar, right?
Yeah.
You mentioned how much bad press they got in the Western world,
Yeah.
right? But the Western world was also going to do that because they believe that they're better than everybody else, right? And some of their hypocrisies were pointed out, right?
Yeah.
All right, we can talk about that when we talk about that, but I don't want to just approach this with an umbrella. Let's talk about specifics. If we're talking about the disparity, let's talk about the disparity. If we then talk about the maybe 2 years age gap, all right, cool, we could discuss that, but it's not going to be as easy for us to cast aside than the disparity stuff.
Yeah.
I think that's why it is that we went to this disparity stuff,
Yeah,
and that's
yeah,
why a lot of people, they don't like when it is that you catch a whole set of men in grooming gangs. I'm sure you've seen over the years the types of people who would be caught, and then they're all the same. You understand? So there's trouble in there. You understand? But that's what I think about it. The only thing I thought about were the questions I asked Joel. I didn't have any other thought in my head when you first asked the question. I'm like, maybe we scrap this topic and let's move on to
You're so
the
annoying.
the word of the day topic. Not the word of the day.
Walk or joke.
Yeah. Not walk or joke. Don't do that.
Word and road.
Let me finish. Word and road.
Oh, what we speaking
Yeah.
about off camera.
Because that could even tie into tradition. Because if that's what is scrutinized, as in staying within the race and this, that, and X, and doing that, then shouldn't we look to carry on tradition in that sense? And is there anything wrong with carrying on tradition if it is that's the focus? That's all I was thinking when it is you guys were talking about this thing where I don't know if any of y'all had a problem with the age bumping up from 16 to 18.
I don't have a problem.
I don't have a
with it at
problem.
all. Yeah, I don't come from. That's not my tradition to be married off and arranged marriage, and that, so I can't even speak to it. I'm not listening nothing. I'm not moving nothing out. Like, yeah, we're gonna
Is this
keep
about arranged marriage though?
Because it talks about ethnics, isn't it?
This is about arranged
It would be
marriage.
them that's affected the most, wouldn't it?
Okay.
That's what it's about. Arranged marriage. It's illegal.
You know the Caucasians, they get divorced. They get divorced because they get a Tic Tac. Don't care.
All right. So in this country, it's moved from 16 to 18.
Yeah, and
Yes.
arranged marriage is now
Well, the
illegal.
ethnics, you're saying.
No,
Yeah.
for everybody. But the white people don't do that. That's what we're
Sorry,
talking about. It's the ethnics that play that game, innit?
Yeah. So
Sorry, actually, I think when it says arranged child marriages will now be legal, is that because it's moved to 18 or is that just period now? Arranged child,
Not legal, illegal.
yeah, illegal, yeah.
Hmm?
So is that regardless of the age?
No, it's called arranged child marriage now. So basically, because it's moved,
Oh,
because it's
gone
moved
up.
to 18,
not
if you've
what
done
you
it at 16,
Okay, they were
that's,
children.
That's arranged child marriage. That's why it's illegal now. It's
Okay.
done, you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, that definitely affects certain communities more than others.
and you're saying is that fair?
Do you know? I think they should. Do you know? I think it
Wait
should
2
be
years,
called.
innit?
Just
I
wait 2
think
years,
it-
innit?
2 years.
We could just wait 2 years.
Listen, if you really like me, you wait 2 years, innit? I feel like if it was like a 16 to 16 or 18 to 18, that's cool. But whenever it's like the age gap, I think if the age gap is beyond 3 years, they should be facing prison, man.
And they don't care about like white weddings anyway.
No.
They will get arranged in their own customs and
That's-
still run with it.
I was gonna ask that because you know, like, so with saying Nigerian, yeah, say I was to do a whole big thing about make a scene about my wedding, right? I would obviously do a traditional wedding and then do a church wedding. But you know, like at some point you have it's recognized by the law, right? But do like other cultures do that? So say for example, the Indian culture, would they
so
go
what you're
to
saying
court?
is you can just, even if it's not,
They have their own flipping thing.
even if
Yeah.
it's not done on paper. So even if I'm not Mr. and Mrs. on paper, in my tradition, in my
We're married.
village, we're
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
They
married.
have their own customs. Yeah.
Because do Muslim people actually?
Muslim people do that, yeah.
No, but do they go to court? Because you know, like everyone, you have to go to court and get that paper.
My brethren got married the other day, and it's not. It's one of them Muslim things. I
See?
can't remember what it's. I don't know. Sorry, I don't know what it's called. You get me?
No, but
There's
yeah,
probably
it's
a term
Muslim
for it. But
wedding.
it's not on paper in the British UK. He's married on the thing. No, he's married in the eyes of the Lord and Islam, and
I think that's so
You know what
calm,
I'm
you
saying?
know. You don't have to make a scene when you walk away. I'm just out.
just gotta talk to God.
Lord, I can't no
Lord,
more.
can't do it.
Thank you. That's it.
I'm out.
I'm out. I'm out.
And
But
so
no, yeah.
You mean when it is that you divorce?
Mm.
Ah, okay. So easy come, easy go.
Easy come, easy
Okay.
go. Who's next?
Some cultures you get beaten though.
I told you right away.
Blood in, blood out.
Get out. Get out here. Just get out. But no, yeah, because I know like even African I know like even some Africans who live here, they do a traditional wedding talking about, oh, we're married now. Now he's just trying to finesse you.
How do you mean?
Because you're not legally married.
Do you know what?
You're just traditional
Ebony just said.
whole married.
Ebony just said that the articles states that non-legally binding weddings will also be prosecuted.
Oh damn. How would they know? How would they know?
Which is
The
what-
traditional ones. What we're
Yeah,
talking
which
about.
is what always should have happened.
What? Sorry.
Once they catch you, you're in trouble. Once they catch you, you're in trouble.
No, but how would they catch you? They have to come to my house and see us having sex to know that we're married.
Or someone might snitch.
Yeah, there's snitches.
They wouldn't snitch because the areas they live in is all their
Snitching-
community.
No,
They're
snitching
blacks
is
in the
right.
community, you know.
Snitching is right.
Really?
Incels.
Yeah.
That's what they're called.
I feel like if they offered money,
It's not called incels, but
Sorry, they're called. What are they called?
snitches.
Yeah, but. Yeah, there you go.
because how would they know? How do you gatekeep illegal marriages? Unless you get because even if you got pregnant and stuff, you don't have to be married to get pregnant these days.
Mm.
How would they get? Yeah, they can't gatekeep. It's impossible unless you actually have a snitch. But they tend to like the way that those communities are. It's like in the household. It's like multiple generations. Do you get what I mean? Or like we all live in the same. We're all neighbors. That kind of vibe. Who's snitching? It's got to be like a family rival or something.
But don't you find that's good when people keep their own like company and culture and community, and they see everybody else as outsiders, and you keep secrets within?
I think it's cute.
when it is it serves everybody well.
Yeah,
right?
when it's if it
When
doesn't serve
is-
me, this ain't shit. This ain't it. The moment it don't serve me, I'm snitching on all everybody.
Shizzle, that was said off air. The example of that.
Yeah.
I could give an example. So, let's just say there was. No.
No?
I'm not doing it.
Oh, why? Why not?
Leave it, man. If he said no, he said no.
I don't know if it is that you. I don't know if it is that you would buff me up afterwards. So
Nah, because I was silly. I was playing along. When you said I'll give another example, I was like, oh yeah, give another example.
I'm right.
It's too late now.
All right, well, that was short and sweet. Just quickly to close it, does the good of this news, this law, outweigh the bad? In closing,
Yeah.
I don't see the bad.
Hmm?
I don't see the bad.
your traditions hasn't been infringed
I
upon.
told you already about you talking about traditions.
Do you think all traditions are good traditions?
No,
Okay.
no,
And I take a case by case basis.
that's fine. But I'm saying you're saying you don't see the bad. I'm saying it's because your traditions hasn't been infringed upon. That's why.
Is there any
100%.
Caribbean traditions when it comes to getting married?
Gay marriage?
Whoa.
Any Caribbean traditions when it comes to getting married?
You said very fast.
Like I talk fast. You've known me how many years? Why are you acting brand new?
Not
Acting up for the
really.
cameras.
You have to look after a wife.
That's good.
She has to look after husband.
Like the Bible. Are you going by the Bible? Or is that actually a thing?
Yeah, we're Bible people.
Oh, that's cute.
Remember, we were carted away from Africa.
Not got to do it.
Then we were forced to listen to the white man's religion.
And the wicked carried us away to captivity, required from us a song. How can
Make an
we
anthem.
sing the Lord's song in a strange land?
Do you make an anthem?
Yeah, that.
Hmm?
That's how you sing the Lord's song in the strange land. Exactly like that.
Like you don't know it. Forgot the word.
Not you singing a strange song in a strange land and asking how you can.
There are no weird,
That's so funny.
weird traditions. Not in our culture.
I'm always glad I'm born in the time that I'm born in. Because I'll be honest with you, I would have been an adulteress. If you were forcing me,
That would have been a harlot.
listen, I would have been a harlot. I really would have been.
Explain what
Because
if
when
you didn't, you mean like not getting arranged? You mean?
No, I mean, like, if I was arranged, like, if I was born in a time where arranged marriage was
you
a
watched
thing.
the Romans and times and that. Them
Yeah,
people
man.
in their arranged marriages
They def-
was
they
adulterous.
invented
it. Mate,
They were
invented it.
slamming up.
Yeah.
I would have been
the place.
adulting up and down, up and down. They would have known me, boy.
Them Romans were trying everything though. Like nothing was off the board. Like they tried
Because
everything.
that's the thing. When you restrict people so much, yeah, when they have some taste of food, they just want to try everything.
Romans weren't restricted. They went in with the eyes completely open and free, liberal.
Really?
Yes. They were even looking to fiddle with the angels
Sodom
because
and
they
Gomorrah
finished everything else in the house. Ooh, there's something new. Then Sodom and Gomorrah.
thing. Sodom and Gomorrah, man.
Literally, they were done. It's mad, man.
But
But
that's the
I'm
liberty and that you're after, right?
what to just sod them up and down.
That's
What are you
the title.
talking about?
That's the title.
That's it. Sodom up and down.
No, no. I'm glad living the life I'm living. I'm happy how I am.
I don't know. I can't have too much of any.
I can't. It's
That's actually
dangerous.
fair though. I'm not I'm not on the harlots of their day. Like if you was betrothed off to some idiot,
Like, I get it.
you gotta be adulting, man.
You
gotta,
have to.
You gotta get where you fit in, where you get how you live, man. Like what else were they gonna do?
And do you know what? Listen, it happens. Okay, it happens a lot with even with these arranged marriages, you know. Because one time, my physiotherapist, this young guy, he was speaking to a married woman, like back home. I think he was from Pakistan, I think, and she was married back home. Her husband was like horrible and whatever, but it was a whole arranged thing. Psh, they were ready. They were talking all sorts of readiness. All sorts of conversations. And I was like, and he loved her. Like, he was in love with this woman. And I was like, yeah, but can't she just leave her husband? He's like, no, like, it doesn't work like that and blah, blah. And I was like, damn. So you're never going to get to be with her. And he was just like,
the
yeah.
traditions and that, innit? They can't.
Like, that would never be his wife.
Doesn't matter what the heart wants, man.
But he loves her. Like, and she loved the heck out of him as well. But she could not leave her husband. I was like, damn, someone's going to have to die. Even then, they probably got someone else next in line. She's got married a brother. Still not next in line. It's mad. But she was definitely doing some cheating though.
All right, so in that circumstance, you believe that she should just like bust it open.
I told you what I would have done. She should, because I can't imagine being forced to marry somebody that you don't even find attractive.
Yeah.
And you go have sex with him. But then there's this nice, young, beautiful guy that is actually your type to a T.
Yeah.
And he likes you too. I'd run away if I could. I would spend my days planning my escape.
Yeah.
That's what I would do.
Yeah.
It is wrong though, man. Even reading that lad, Shayla said in the South in the US, you will find some older black couples that got married when the wife was like 14 and the husband was like 30. And even though they've made it through and they're all adults now, and it's like at that, I don't know. Obviously, back in the day was different in that, but
because you know,
there's no
how you
reason
know
for
it's
a
mad.
30-year-old to marry a 14-year-old.
Do you know how you know it's mad? Is that when those women, when those women are when it's a divorce or separation or whatever, they live their best, lives because again they were held against their will, and that's all they ever knew. So the moment they get to be free, they literally explore everything that they want to. It's like he's a bad example. Is it Marcus Houston, the singer?
Yeah.
He's married to her. He was with some girl that was like way underage. Talking about they've been together for like 12 years, but she would have been a minor.
Someone posted. Is that Marcus Houston's with that girl? And they're saying they've been together 10 years.
Yeah, but she was a minor.
She was
then.
like 13 or something.
Yeah.
What's that? How come they let him get away with that?
I don't know. I don't even know. Same way Tiger got away with dating Kylie when she was underage as well. He just don't say anything.
He done it in public.
Yeah.
But
he was in the whole, we're friends. Soon she's turned 18. Oh, well, that's my girlfriend. Be for real.
No, I think they was doing the girlfriend, but they're saying they weren't sleeping together and stuff like that, isn't it? Before she turned 18. I'm sure that was his girlfriend, but they was saying that they weren't sleeping together and stuff like that or something. Am I making out?
I can't remember.
But everybody knew though, yeah, it was bait. And
I think it was one of those unspoken things.
It wasn't talking. Obviously, what they're saying in public was lies, but it was obviously cooking it from.
Yeah, from way back then. It's mad, man. Well, no,
Karl Malone got was she like 13? A 13-year-old pregnant when he was in the NBA. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that's why.
13-year-old.
That's why there was a big. No, actually, was he in the NBA or was he in college? I think he was in college. Sorry, but that's why there was a big fuss the other day because they've called the All-Star game was in Utah and they've called him back to judge the dunk contest. Yeah, there's that whole scandal that he got the little girl pregnant. I think when he was in college or something, and then disowned the youth.
How old was he?
He was like 20.
Oh my gosh.
And the girl was like 13. She had the baby. The baby plays in the NFL now.
No way.
He's a big man. He plays in the NFL.
And he disowned
the kid. Got the sports genes from his dad.
And he disowned the kid?
Yeah, I think he disowned the youth.
What, till today? Like he doesn't acknowledge?
No, I think they talk now or something like that. But he done some skullduggery around the time when he was younger. Like I think went to court or denied it or tried to deny it or disown it or some fuckeries. You get me?
That's wild, man.
Yeah, the age gap things. It's always contentious, man.
It really is.
But when it's kids. Like when the other side's 13,
yeah, when it's
14, there's no conversation. Like they're kids.
Yeah, it's so distasteful. It is very distasteful.
That's not even a matter of opinion. I mean, 16, because that was the legal age or whatever, 16 and stuff, if that's whatever, all right, cool, maybe there's a conversation to have, whatever.
Yeah.
But when you're talking like 13s and 14s and that.
They're babies.
Yeah.
They're actually like teens. They're just going to the teens. 13 just made it into the teens.
I understand, man.
She was 12 last year. It's mad. It's very wild, man. This world, yeah, it's just crazy.
But yeah, anyway, man, I think the moral of the story is all
Keep your dicks to yourself.
All that stuff's wrong, man. I think we're done unpacking that for a bit. Let's get into some more headlines.
Alrighty. So, Harry and Meghan have been asked to vacate their British base, Frogmore Cottage. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex have been asked to vacate their British base of Frogmore Cottage, the couple's spokesperson has confirmed. It was earlier reported that the home in the grounds of Windsor Castle had been offered to the Duke of York. A spokesperson for Prince Harry and Meghan confirmed the news. Buckingham Palace has not commented. The Duke and Duchess now live in California with their 2 children, Archie and Lilibet. They quit life as working royals in 2020 and left the UK shortly afterwards. Frogmore Cottage, a Grade 2 listed 10-bedroom property in the grounds of Windsor Castle in Berkshire, was a gift to the royal couple from the late Queen. Harry and Meghan better than me, I'm not giving that back. Prince Harry and Meghan refurbished the property owned by the Crown Estate at an estimated cost of £2.4 million in 2018 to 2019. The cost was initially covered by taxpayers through the sovereign grant before being repaid in full by the Duke. They were reportedly told to leave the property by Buckingham Palace in January, days after Harry published his explosive memoir, Spare. The book, which was released in January and became the fastest-selling non-fiction book in the UK since records began in 1998, included claims Prince Harry was physically attacked by his brother, the Prince of Wales, William. He also wrote that he and his brother, the Prince of Wales, had begged their father not to marry Camilla, now Queen Consort. And our next headline is a trigger warning. And dozens of girls from 26 schools in Iran are reportedly being treated for poisoning at hospitals after another wave of apparent toxic gas attacks. More than 1,000 students have been affected since November. They have suffered respiratory problems, nausea, dizziness, and fatigue. Many Iranians suspect the poisonings are a deliberate attempt to force girls' schools to close. But the government has not said whether it believes they are premeditated. Here we go again with tradition. Interior Minister Ahmed Vahidi, who has been tasked by the president with finding the root cause of the poisonings, on Wednesday dismissed as false a report from Fars news agency that 3 people have been arrested. He also accused foreign-based and mercenary groups of taking advantage of the situation to wage psychological war and worry people. Some students and parents suggested that schoolgirls may have been targeted for taking part in recent anti-government protests. And our last headline in this segment is also a trigger warning, and the remains of the baby has been found after massive search. So the remains of a baby have been found by police searching for the missing child of Constance Martin and Mark Gordon. The discovery in an area of woodland came as hundreds of officers and volunteers were scouring a 90 square mile area near Bryson. The couple disappeared in early January and were arrested earlier this week. They are being held on suspicion of gross negligence manslaughter. Detective Superintendent Lewis Basford from the Metropolitan Police, the force which is leading the investigation, said a baby's body had been discovered close to where the couple were arrested on Monday. He said, "This is an outcome that myself and that many officers who have been part of this search had hoped would not happen. I recognize the impact this news will have on many people who have been following this story closely and can assure them that we will do everything we possibly can to establish what has happened." He said a post-mortem examination will now be held to help detectives as they seek to establish what happened. Earlier, police were granted an extra 36 hours to question the couple. Teams are continuing to comb the area by torchlight, looking for evidence, the final stages of a 55-day search, which has ended in tragedy. That is very, very sad. But let's get into Word on Road. All right, so the Real Housewives of Atlanta girlies will know about Drew. What? Oh. Do you want to do work a joke, by the way?
Huh?
Do you want to do work a joke?
Yeah, I did.
I love you, thanks. So the Real Housewives of Atlanta girlies will know about Drew Sidora and her husband, Ralph. And basically, she's filed for divorce. She's actually filed for divorce and is wanting to break free from this man after an 8-year marriage. So in her divorce papers, she is alleging that he's a serial cheater, which the viewers, we will know. So imagine this man he will go missing, yeah. So they're married, right? And he would just leave the home and be gone for days and just come back and be like, nothing happened. I just went away.
That's
And they got kids.
That's wild.
And she'd be like, "What? Where did you go?" It doesn't matter. What were you doing? Don't matter.
It's boss shit, innit? Like,
It's mad. But he doesn't even he hasn't got big dick energy to be pulling off stunts like that in the house. Like he doesn't have that. But yeah, they got a 7-year-old and a 5-year-old. And yeah, so in the court papers, she actually allegedly she got to the court an hour before him. I love that. I love the commitment. I like to, like, I'm going to be the one to file for it kind of thing. But yeah, so she's basically filed for divorce and says that it's irretrievably broken. And she says that, yeah, he is a serial cheater. And she's also alleging abuse. She's also alleging she's also alleging abuse, like kind of mental abuse. She said, but yeah, so keep an eye on that. I'm not sure if she's going to be on the next season of Real Housewives, but if she is, I'm sure they will kind of get into all of that stuff. But people who watch the show kind of seen her deal with it, but then also she kind of keeps a strong face of, oh, nothing's happening, you know, it is what it is, and not speaking her business. And I personally, okay, so with the housewives, yeah, people obviously go on the show and they spill their tea and stuff. But some people, when it comes to their marriage, they don't want to spill the tea of their marriage. But I respect that. I'm not spilling the tea of my marriage, like ever.
Yeah, I get that. We was together once, like, so now we're not. You still got the same integrity. You get what I'm trying to say?
Like, my husband's short failings is not going to be the storyline for this season.
Yeah, I respect that. Don't be throwing your ex through the dirt and thing. Because at the end of the day, there's still some kind of like embarrassment and shame that should fall on you. This person that you're rubbing out and talking all this crap about, you was with.
They did that to you.
Or then you're talking about the stories in the relationship. What you stayed through this, like, you get what I'm saying? Like, so you got some accountability on your side as well.
Yeah.
So I think you should just keep your business to yourself.
Yeah, because people kind of like be like, oh, you're not, you know, you want to talk about like you are in, because obviously the way storylines work here, everyone has to, you know, give their opinions on whatever is going on. But like, well, you're giving your opinion on someone else's situation, but when it comes to you, you don't. No, don't matter. That's fine. I don't want my marriage to be the storyline of the season, and for you little heifers who are not my friends, who are just colleagues, to be sitting around the table talking about my situation, it's got nothing to do with you. And I always feel like, especially when people have got kids, yeah, the kids go to school, so you will be on. I can't be on TV talking any which way about my children's dad. And then they go to school and then people are saying to the kid, oh, your dad did this and this is what your dad did. And I think it's wild.
Yeah, I heard that.
I think it's so wild when people do stuff like that. But yeah, but I hope she's all right though. Well, I hope they're both all right and, you know, they resolve it. But if there's any more to the story, any further developments, I'll let you guys know. And then also next on my list is that, you know, let me do the Wizkid one and then we'll do the Joe Budden one, right? So Wizkid basically has cancelled his More Love, Less Ego tour. And so he was meant to have one. He was meant to do the tour here. I think it was in June. And it's going to be the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. What is going on with that venue? That's where Beyonce's at this year.
Is it? It's a
Are
big,
they closing or something like that?
No, it's new. It's a big boy stadium.
Oh, it's new?
What, the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium? Yeah.
Okay, that's why. Because everyone's like going there and I'm like, what's going on here? But yeah,
Is
so
that the best
Wizkid,
stadium in the country, Brent? Probably, innit?
No.
No? Wait, don't go on. What is it?
It's Arsenal's.
I ain't even been there. I heard the amenities in that place are ridiculous. I heard it's cold.
Well, it's the most recent, though, isn't it?
Yeah, that's why.
It's bound to have the most recent updates.
I'm just hearing. This is what I'm saying. But to be fair, no, it probably is. So, yeah, sporting events, all these things, more power to them.
Yeah, so Wizkid was meant to go there for his More Love, Less Ego album. Personally, I feel like, I don't know when the stadium was built, but I think the Made in Lagos would have fitted right in there. I think personally, I feel like that stadium was way too much for what this album did. This album did not, I forget this album existed.
Okay, yeah.
When I think of Wizkid's last album, I say Made in Lagos. I actually forget this ever happened. There's no standalone track on this that I've heard in like mixes or radio or anything. This hasn't done anything. So he put on his Instagram story yesterday and he said, due to unforeseen logistical circumstances, the Wizkid More Love, Less Ego tour has been postponed to fall 2023. All tickets purchased for the originally scheduled shows will be honoured on the new dates at the respective venues. Stay tuned for more information. Love, Wiz. I always find it funny when, I guess Africans, because I'm African, when they use like American terms. We don't have fall in Nigeria. Like, we don't have a fall season, so what are you talking about? Just say later on in the year. But anyway.
How many seasons do you have?
We have...
Summer and winter.
No, we've got a Hamatan season, which is basically our winter.
Hammer?
Hamatan?
Talk to me.
I'm talking to you. That's what it is.
Hamatan. What's that?
Yeah. It's basically like, it's proper stupid cold. Like, obviously...
So it's winter?
Yeah, it's winter. And then we've also got rainy season as well. And the rain season is like floods.
Oh yeah, they have rainy seasons in tropical places.
Yeah.
Tropical, yeah.
Called Africa tropical.
Well, Africa ain't tropical.
No.
There's jungle in Africa.
Oh, Lord. You sound like a white people.
Wait there, one second. Ain't there jungle in Africa?
Africa's a big continent.
So-
I'm sure that there are a few jungles.
So what? None of the places
and maybe here in their countries, it's not Africa. Not
none of the places in Africa ain't Tropical. What's Madagascar? I've seen the cartoon.
Is Madagascar in Africa?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Don't act like that was a dumb question.
No, I'm making sure.
You said Africa was tropical.
Obviously, it's a big continent. Ain't there no tropical places in Africa?
Clip.
What's tropical? Ain't tropical
What?
jungle
I don't know
and
what
shit?
tropical. What's tropical? What is the vibe of tropical? Because tropical gives me Mediterranean vibes.
Ain't Jamaica tropical?
Ain't nothing tropical about Jamaica.
What? Mangoes in that? What?
I said exotic.
Is man crazy?
Exotic.
Let's find a definition of tropical because
Yeah.
Wait,
because
am I saying
Wait,
something
Jordan,
crazy?
no,
Are they
no.
cooking me in the chat? Let me see
no, they're
what's
not
going
gonna
on.
cook you, mate.
they cook me. Even though I say the exact same thing you said. That's so funny.
All right. So tropical of being or characteristic of a region or climate that is frost-free with temperatures high enough to support year-round plant growth given sufficient moisture.
Africa is a tropical country.
Listen, if you're someone in the chat, you cannot go by that.
Country?
Sorry, continent. Sorry.
You and that's you made a scene. You made a scene as well.
Fuck.
You have to go that hard.
Ah,
You have to do that.
I'm always letting myself down.
Be your own self. Be your own self. But yeah, so we have our rainy season is bad, man.
All right. What was the name again? Mama. What did you say?
Hamatan.
Hamatan.
Hamatan. All right.
that's
Why
what
did
it's
you all
called.
call it Hamatan?
I don't know. I'm not one of the ancestors.
It's
I
the
don't know.
Hamatan season, and that's when it is. It's really cold. What is cold relative
Like
to
winter here.
really in
No,
Nigeria?
it doesn't snow though.
In Nigeria?
Yeah, it's okay. It's a very dry, dusty, easterly or northeasterly wind. Yeah, but it's from December to February.
What are the temperatures? Because winter here is like it's
Yeah, I don't think
freezing.
it's not like winter here. I'm being dramatic. I don't know. I haven't been in years. It's 9 degrees. Bitch, it is like winter here.
No, it's not.
Obviously, winter here is actually 1 degree here, isn't it? Yeah,
Jeez.
9 degrees. But if you think about, we have 36 degrees,
Yeah.
and we go to 9. We're shaking
How
our
long
boots
does it last?
from December to February.
Bro, I know it's 2023.
3
That was
months.
a slip of the tongue. We know it's a continent, but it's just like, come on.
It's too late.
Yeah,
Damage is done. It's actually too late.
It is too late.
It's just let it go.
So,
And then I think after that is then rainy season. Let me see what
is
season.
Ghana the same?
Oh, I wouldn't know. You know,
But it should be, right? Because they're close.
you would think so, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I would. So,
Would you think so? Because actually, in Jos, yeah, it's a country. I think it's a state in Nigeria. It snows there sometimes, but I've never seen snow in Lagos or where I live. So let me see what season are in
December to February. So
Nigeria.
when you go to December, it's freezing.
when they
Wow.
So rainy season is from April to September. Oh, honey, that's a long time. And then dry season is December to March. Okay, yeah. So the dry season is when that's the Hamatan wind from Sahara. And then but the
So it's that dry season.
Wait, Ghana's like 30 degrees in December.
yeah.
So it's not like Hamatan.
Yeah, I don't know what Ghana. I don't know what they do in Ghana.
That's so interesting.
I know, right?
Maybe it's all the. I just call myself.
What are you gonna say?
Nah, a
No, mute
better,
it quickly,
a
what
better
you
word
gonna
for because Nigeria's wicked, isn't it? Like really wicked.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, maybe they've been punished and stuff, innit?
Probably. I would have thought. Oh, that heat is definitely a punishment
20
point.
degrees in December, but you guys have 9.
No. But I don't think because I'm sure it's December. December's hot. I don't know,
Let me
Brent.
Google this, yeah.
I haven't been there in so long. But when I see people out there in December, they're not. I don't know. I'm tired. I don't know.
Hamatan in Nigeria. Okay.
I don't know. I think it's as the
It's
spirit
late
leads.
November until February. Jeez.
Yeah.
Okay.
But people go to Nigeria for dirty December as well, though. I don't know how
with their
dirty it is,
coats.
but
Their hoodie. What?
I don't know. Brent, I don't have a clue. I can't remember.
I need to go to Africa so bad. I need a trip.
You're not helping yourself.
Where?
Where in Africa?
Gambia.
Madagascar.
Gambia. I've heard Gambia.
No, Gambia. I'm going.
I've heard
I'll
Gambia is
probably go
beautiful.
Gambia first. Yeah.
I want to go to Gambia. I've heard it's lovely there.
Mm.
Yeah, I've heard it's lovely. My cousin just came back. Well, I say just came back 2 months ago. But yeah, man. So Wizkid cancelled that, and then basically the people online people, they are cooking him, and they're basically saying that he flopped, and there's no logistical and technical situations. It's just because you didn't sell the tickets. That's why you're cancelling it. It will be interesting to see if they go on to the next venue, but they have said everyone who bought a ticket, you will get a refund. But yeah, I wasn't going to go to that one anyway. I've seen Wizkid so many times in my life, I can't anymore. Not now anyway. But yeah, so that happened. And then Joe Budden is back to talking. That man talks so much, yeah. But so Joe Budden is back to talking, and he basically called Michael B. Jordan corny. I will let you guys know why he called him corny. Let me give you some context. So basically, the Creed 3 premiere last week, Michael B. Jordan was on a red carpet, and he was being interviewed by a lady called Laurel. One of the interviews that was on the red carpet. Her name's Laurel, and apparently they went to school. So she's a host on the Morning Hustle radio show, right? So they went to high school together.
What the hell?
What?
December, the first month.
You're still talking about weathers.
Because I'm puzzled. Of the winter in Lagos is still a tropical month. With an average temperature fluctuating between 31 degrees and 22 degrees.
Yeah.
This is not 9 degrees. There's still...
Are you calling me a liar?
No, I'm not.
So what is the point of what you just said then?
In my head, what I was trying to calculate is how come Ghana and Nigeria, like, are brethren, yeah? Mm-hmm. And Ghana has 30 degrees in December, but Nigeria has 9.
Who said it's 9 degrees in Nigeria?
Sorry?
Hamatan.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
9?
Yeah. It's a proper cold season. And people are in jumpers. We have the flu and stuff during that time because it's proper stupid cold. But furthermore, anyway, the same reason why if it snows up here and it's snowing up north, like if it doesn't snow up here but it's snowing up north, like
different parts of Nigeria, basically. You're saying different.
Yeah, Ghana's not even in Nigeria, so why would you expect the same weather to be there? If in the same country, the weather is different depending on the state. So why would you expect it to be the same thing?
Oh, I hear what you're saying. You're saying if in this country it could be really freezing up north, but completely
warm
31 degrees here.
Yeah,
which I don't know how that works.
Then what's the last thing you said?
What?
What did you say?
What?
Don't gaslight me.
I did. I'm saying, what are you talking about?
What did you say before? You said if it's freezing over there and then what here?
31 degrees.
You are getting on my last nerves this morning.
It just puzzled me that everybody was going to Ghana, Nigeria for December.
Yeah, because it's warm.
Because it was warm.
Yeah.
But the 9 degrees doesn't sound like warm to me.
Yeah, but then I don't know. Maybe like in January, then it gets cold. Brent, you know God, don't you?
This is my problem. To be honest, it's only because
like
it wasn't making sense to me, and I shouldn't have interrupted your segment. Sorry.
No, it's fine.
I'll do my own research in my own time.
You shouldn't have stressed me out.
Sorry. Yeah. My bad.
Take it up to the Lord in prayer.
Amen.
All right, so Michael B. Jordan was on red carpet, and Laurel was interviewing him. Personally, I think he held himself well.
Amen.
So basically, Michael B. says to her, like, she goes, we went to high school together. And he said, yeah, remember, I was the corny guy, wasn't I? And she was like, basically. And he's basically saying that when I was in school, you used to call me corny, kind of thing. And then she tried to act like, that was back in the day. Don't mind, look at you now, sexiest man alive or whatever the title is. And then he was like, okay. Then he answered the questions or whatever, like whatever questions she asked. I feel like he kept his calm. For someone who was calling me corny and stuff, and when I think about high school and stuff like that, when I think of school times, people don't just call you corny and just walk away. It's a form of bullying in a way. Do you get me? So for someone who bullied him, I thought he handled it really well and was very professional. So then the interview finishes, and this woman had the cheek to say, "You're not so corny now, are you?" Something like that. Like you're not corny anymore, kind of thing, which I thought was very, very cheeky. And I remember when that.
Before?
Sorry?
Have you been bullied before?
I've had people try to bully me.
Yeah.
But don't.
How about you, man?
What?
Have people tried to bully you before?
Me?
Yeah.
How's that gonna work?
You mean in school?
Yeah.
Now I've had people try to make me feel uncomfortable, but no.
How can you be bullied? You can't be bullied. Well, I don't even understand.
You can't be bullied, but people can be bullied.
Yeah, but they speak for themselves. I don't understand the concept of
No
bullying.
one ever tried to pick on you? Call you names?
No, it's not that. I don't understand. What and what?
Like, just call your names and stuff, innit?
Call people names all the time. You call me names, I call you names back. Is that picking on me? I cook. I'm a flamers. You can't call me names. I'll roast anybody. I can hold my own. I'm well versed in the arts, isn't it? So if someone's calling me names, I just cook them.
Have you ever felt smaller in company of others because of what they were saying or doing?
To who? Me?
Yes.
No, because if I don't. I don't understand the concepts of those things. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, I'm a man.
Were you ever younger?
Was I a younger? Yeah.
And somebody was your older, right?
Yeah, got OGs. Still got OGs now. They're always going to be older than me.
Did they ever haze you?
What's that mean? What's haze mean?
Did they ever test to see if it is that you were ready to become part of the crew?
No.
You just woke up and you were this. All right, I'm part of the crew.
Yeah, I live on the block. I was born on the block. I'm not part of no
Did
gang.
you ever have to do anything to get acceptance?
Nah. I was born into it.
Because of proximity to your brethren or your brother? What was it?
I don't know. We just live on the block. We just.
Right, okay. You didn't have to qualify to it.
There's
by
no
default.
There's no qualifying.
Yeah,
This ain't like Bloods and Crips. There's no jumping in. You get what I'm trying to say. But on the bullying side of things, I'm just saying. Those, I'm not saying someone. I don't know. It's not like bullying. If you bump heads with someone, if you have a fight, if you have a clash or whatever, like if someone tries you, they try you. But that's there you go. That's where it comes from, bullying. Because
Did you ever have to give someone a straightening because it's the wrong guy?
What? Because they tried you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how you get into
Alright, so
fights.
you
You get
get
into
bullied, but
problems.
then you sort it out.
No, I've never been
Yeah,
bullied.
you got bullied, but then you sorted it out.
No.
They're dead.
People have tried.
you.
You got to set levels and
This
go
is
through
it.
school and all that. So people have tried. So they try, and then
Alright,
they see you're the
then
wrong
you
one.
said this. Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So even in my mind, I'm saying that's not bullying. That's not getting bullied. That's
You could-
sparring.
You can say whatever you want. You can classify it however you want.
How was bullying for you?
You were bullied.
How was it for you?
No, you were bullied.
How was it for you when you was getting bullied?
It wasn't nice.
You got bullied.
No, I didn't. But I guess you wanted.
Oh.
You wanted to hear that. I got like touched up and
I was
stuff.
gonna say, where was E-Man when they was bullying you? Surely he's what the fuck was going on? I wouldn't be onto you. I'll be onto E-Man for letting next man bully you.
Why?
Because that's his brethren, bro. That's his code D. E-Man only went to the school because he went there, and you're gonna let you bully him. Like what?
I said I got touched up, and you just went right past that.
Yeah, because I thought, what are you doing?
All right, never mind. Anyway, so Emmanuel was in Stephen's class.
I'm tired, man.
Emmanuel was in Stephen's class.
This is bullshit.
It was by girl. It wasn't by guys. Emmanuel was in Stephen's class.
Do you want to talk about this?
What?
Do you actually want to talk about it? Should we talk about it?
I've talked about it before.
I've never heard you talk about it.
A big girl. That's why I have a lot of trauma attached to
PBW.
like hugging.
The big things.
Yeah.
I asked to finish your report, please. Brent's scared of BBW.
Emmanuel was in Stephen's class. Emmanuel was Stephen's best friend before.
Was he?
Yeah.
Before you stole him.
No, before I guess he started doing music.
And then Steven said, I haven't got time for that.
Stephen started with. He's a dope producer. Well, he was a dope producer.
With Steven?
Yeah. And then obviously
Hi, Steven.
he's dope.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah. Sorry.
Why did they stop being best friends?
They grew apart. They drifted.
Did they?
Stephen started taking life seriously. I'm not saying that Emmanuel didn't.
You get on my nerves.
I'm not saying
You
he
know?
didn't, but he got married and stuff, and obviously because he was doing music and I was doing music, it just made sense for us to basically go together.
Oh, y'all went together.
We went together.
Real bad.
Yes.
No, but you said that Steven was a producer. Was he a producer or is he just a good producer?
What does that mean?
You said he was a producer, right?
Yes.
So he did music too.
Yes.
So I don't get it. So you just wanted to steal someone's best friend?
No. He made music, right? And then he started doing accounting.
Oh, other things.
And then yeah.
Oh, okay,
And then
okay.
obviously, once that was the focus, he's not.
You didn't have time
he's
for you
not
guys
believing in
anymore.
pipe dreams and stuff. Like me and Emmanuel, we had pipe dreams.
Creative, isn't it?
Yeah, Steve's
Steve's ever getting a job.
Yeah.
So I need a job.
Yeah. He's killing it now, man.
Steven,
Business
absolutely.
strategy and also, yeah.
I love it, sick.
Killing it.
Pick up Steven, man.
Yeah. You guys will hear about him more, obviously, because he's the finance director of the New Black, but never mind.
I don't think Steven wants to be heard about.
Too late.
No, I mean, like, what they've just heard here is as far as it's ever going to go.
Yeah.
You would never know Steven more than that.
That's right. Yeah. So, sorry.
Michael B.
Marvin was
Jordan.
saying he was bullied at school, and all right, cool.
My sister tried to get bullied at school one time, and my entire family showed up.
Serious.
Yeah, and then I was excluded because I brought the family. I let them in the school gates.
Oh, you wait. So you left your classroom to go and let them in?
Well, yeah. My sister. So basically, my sister was something happened. My sister. Some girls had to be horrible to her, take her phone or whatever. So I had gone out because I was in sixth form then. So I had gone out for McDonald's. Came back and she was like in the sixth form block, like upset and whatever. So then classes that started. I went into the class that they were in, burst into the class, and I was like, "Who's got this?" Just patching up the kids. And obviously the teacher was there. And I was like, "I'm not really talking to you, so you need to calm down." And then the head of the French department, because he knew me, big up Mr. Parsons, right? He was like, "Oh, Esther, let's talk." So he called me out. So I was like, "Okay." So then I just called my family anyway. I said, "Mum, Alex, Stephanie, my sister-in-law." I said, "This is what's happened. This is silly." Where my mum was like, "Okay, well that's fine. We'll be right there." And around that time, we lived like 15 minutes from the school.
Yeah.
By the time Mr. Parsons was done talking to me, I was like, "Oh, 1 second." I got them into the school. And this is how I know. Me and my brother, I'm literally a mini version of that man. He went into the class and did the exact same thing. And obviously, because he's got masters or whatever, they were like, "Oh, we have to exclude you," because they were like, they were in year 8, but they were like, you came in with threatening behavior, and then you had them scared because your brother then came in afterwards. Long story short, I got the phone back the next morning.
All right.
But yeah, and then my little sister recently as well, she had issues with school as well, and I was thinking I might have to take one morning off TDA. If I take a morning off TDA and I'm not because I'm ill, because I have to go and talk to some kids on the train. Because kids are mad. I don't understand I don't get it.
I just don't understand the mentality. If I had to talk to any of my siblings or anything like about getting bullied and that, like, I'd be more upset with them.
You'll be on to them, yeah.
Than
Why you
I mean,
letting
your
yourself get
siblings.
bullied?
Yeah, I'd be
Nah,
more
'cause
upset with
sometimes
them
you have
than the
siblings
bully.
that
It's like,
quiet.
what the hell? Like, what are you doing? Like, what are we
Nah,
doing?
'cause
Who
not everyone's-
raised you, man? Like, where do you know where you come from? Like, what are we doing here? Like, it's not possible. Like, how can you get bullied?
They're not
Like,
following
bite this person's nose off. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd be so upset with them. I'd be upset. Like, if I knew my brother was being bullied in school, something like that, I'd
Yeah.
be so mad. Not with them, with him. Like, what the hell are you doing?
See,
Don't you think that's a form
I
of
do
bullying?
it differently. Huh?
Don't you think that's a form of bullying?
What he's doing?
Yes.
Yeah, you're dismissing the experience.
Yeah, projecting certain standards onto them.
Yeah, because you know what?
Expecting them to be
Everyone's
just
got
like him.
Yeah, everyone's got different personality traits, right? And some people are just calmer. Like my little sister, she's calmer. She's not a confrontational person. She's a chilled person. Do you get what I mean? So, and that's why I have more smoke, because she's so chilled that not on my watch would you ever take advantage of her or ever disrespect her. So it's about like different personalities. But yeah. But anyway, Michael B. Jordan, right? So the girl was apparently in high school he was being called corny, and that was because he was, walking around with his headshots. The guy's trying to get a job. The guy's trying to make it. How is that corny? People call you corny for stupidness these days. So anyway, so he brought it up on the red carpet, but I still think that he was very, very professional with the whole matter. She then ended the interview by saying, "Oh, you're not so corny. You're not so corny after all, or you're not so corny anymore," kind of vibe. So, but anyway, it did turn out, because basically people think that he was referencing a podcast that with her and one of her other hosts where she had called him corny, and they're basically saying it wasn't her, it was the other host, and the other host actually put up a whole thing on Instagram and was basically actually standing 10 toes and calling him corny, because she said something about hold on. Yeah, she basically said any black man. She said they're mad at Laurel when it was me that called him corny, and then she basically screenshot this blog post that she said the blog post only posts half of the bullshit, and she said, and the blog post actually says Dominic the Diva, which is the person who actually called him corny on a podcast, not corny in school, said she wasn't surprised that he would go to such great lengths, because she always got the impression of when in his presence that Jordan is a nice, corny guy. And I don't mean that as a slight, she said. We all know the nice, corny guys treat you well. So basically, I guess it was kind of referencing when he was going out with Lori Harvey. But then she then doubled down and said, any black man that dates white women is corny to me. I guess that PR relationship with Lori helped y'all forget, but I didn't. Cool. There's that. Then Joe Budden went on his podcast talking about how he can't believe that Michael B. Jordan would do something like that to a black woman. The guys who play the black woman card, yeah, you just know it's not natural to them. Stop it. This like they're trying to make right what they've done wrong in the past. Because I didn't see this as a race issue. I saw this as somebody who said something about me, and so they're getting called out on it.
Joe had a lot of him for
He had a lot of him, and he was like, if it was a white reporter, you wouldn't have done that. Yeah, because white reporters didn't call him corny when he was in school. Of course they're gonna do
Has
it.
he not done more to black women than
He
Michael B.
has.
Jordan? Okay.
Trigger warning. He allegedly beat somebody until she had a miscarriage. So what's he talking about? He's been so toxic. We saw him toxic in a relationship with Tahiri. We saw him toxic relationship with Sin Santana. We've seen his toxic. He was just 2 months ago.
I
last
thought
month,
people just got onto him.
doing
I
the
didn't
whole
know
Megan Thee Stallion thing.
I didn't know he was because obviously.
No, he's got receipts on him.
What is actually what is what? Is it allegedly or did he really do it? Is he an abuser?
The women have said he did it.
I didn't know that he
Yeah.
had all that on him.
But that's the other day we saw him talk about Megan Thee Stallion, didn't we? When he was on his platform, bullying her, talking about, oh yeah, she's not a nice person and industry stuff, she's just not a nice, but all of that stuff. So for you to then go, obviously he got cooked for that badly, came back and apologized. But for you to then come today and start calling Michael B. Jordan corny and saying, yeah, you are corny because for what you did. And if it was, he's like, I don't want to make it about race, but if that was a black woman, if that was a white woman, you wouldn't have done that. It's not about race. It's about the individual that called me corny. And then he then said, oh, and then we could talk about all the white girls, but I'm not going to do that because if I say that now, I hate when people say if I talk, I hate when people do that.
Did he chop one of his things or something like that? Because there's something.
He must have.
There's something. He's on Michael B. Jordan for a reason, innit? Like he's on him. Like
Yeah, I thought he must have. That's the thing with Joe. Sometimes Joe Budden does sound like this seems personal. This is not just journalistic reporting. This seems very personal to you, King.
because I watched it when I watched the video when they were talking about the corny thing and the girl. It's like I don't know. Some people could want to take the high ground, whatever, but he's within his rights to like. I don't know whether that's the right time and the place or whatever, but it's like that's his story, man. Don't diminish his experience. Like you was the one trying shit to me, and now you're here trying to beg in front of me. I'm gonna let people know that you're an idiot and give him a bit of credit. It's like he said, he never made the interview awkward after. He done what he was supposed to do. You know what I'm trying to say? Like he done his thing. He just letting it be known. Remember?
Do you know what I think it is?
Remember your hair. Remember who? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Do you know?
So
Do you know what I think
I watched it, and I wasn't that mad at it. So then
Yeah,
when
I
I
wasn't
see
mad at all.
when I see Joe Budden with all the vim he's got, I'm
Relax.
saying, have I missed
Yeah.
something? Like, am
I feel
I
like I missed the
am I supposed to feel like this as well? Or
No, it's just Joe Budden. It's why offsetting them, then he beat him up. This is just Joe Budden. It's just what he does. But the thing is, when I don't feel like Michael B. Jordan would have brought it up, but the girl was trying to be familiar with him, talking about, oh, we went to school together. We went to school together, me, when you was bullying me in school. I will 100. I don't care if I'm on the Oscar stage. I am 100. If I go on that stage and be like, oh, we went to school together, and I know that you were horrible to me in school, I'm bringing it up. I'm shading you about it. Don't try and be familiar like, oh, I know you outside of this red carpet. No, you look pathetic. That's what you look. But anyway, in true social media style, Joe Budden's getting cooked by his singlets. I'm sure maybe, he might have an apology tomorrow. I might report an apology tomorrow. But basically we were saying, someone said, Joe Budden, out of all people, saying this is wild. Wasn't he just talking crazy about Megan Thee Stallion while she was going through her trial? Didn't he beat a pregnant, trigger warning, didn't he beat a pregnant woman till she miscarried? Like how many times has he disparaged black women to uplift Latinas? That's a word. He loves Latina girls. He's sitting here talking about someone with white women when his type and his love, he's in bondage to Latina women. But anyways, I also thought what's interesting was the whole thinking that saying that Michael B. Jordan likes white women was an insult. I don't get that.
it speaks to if it's like the way the rumors are, yeah.
Yeah.
If it's not like a preference, if it's no, so is the preference the word I'm looking for? If it's not like, if he doesn't mind white things,
Okay,
I have an algorithm.
But if it's your type,
yeah. If he's just on white things and he's shunning black women and all that, then that is an insult because that's not a good thing. If it's just because he's shopping white, like the girl said, any man that dates white things is corny.
yeah.
That's your sentiment. I don't necessarily agree with that. If he dates white things but he doesn't like black women, then I'm with you.
But you know what's crazy? That's the pot calling the kettle black, because Joe Budden doesn't date black women. He dates Latina women. So, like, why do you think a spicy white is different to a...
Latina women are allowed to say nigger in America, so maybe it feels different.
Everyone is allowed to say nigger, apparently. So I'm going through his...
roster?
Yeah.
Whose roster is this? Joe's?
No.
Michael.
Michael's, yeah. Go on, MC. Okay.
Okay, little waist.
I'm going from present to...
Just go back.
Past, yeah?
Okay, go on then. So that was Laurie. Let's see. Who's that? Alicia?
I thought it was Alicia, you know.
Cindy Brunner.
I was going to say, when did he
She's not white though.
I was going to say, when did he chop Alicia? Go on.
Oh.
Hey, look, the
That's a
melanin's
black girl.
popping. Let's do it.
There's Iggy.
Did he chop Iggy as well?
Why do you have to show Iggy's back?
I don't know.
I like Iggy Azalea. That's it. She's a vibe.
But
Yeah, I'll chop Iggy.
so have we seen enough to know that like it's
It's cap-
varied?
That what? That we agree.
Like it's varied.
I think it's a very type.
But they're saying that's PR though stunt. It's like he was doing
All of it.
he was blackwashing after the allegations, isn't it? And
All
it's
of it?
like, I don't know. I don't know.
Trying to beat the allegation. Apparently, Laurie Harvey was where he's trying to beat the allegations, but I don't know. I don't know, man.
Somebody said that black people dating was it East Asian or was it South Asian?
Not South. I think it's East, isn't it?
East
East.
Asian
Oh, yeah.
women is allowed.
Yeah, it doesn't carry as much vim as
Yeah,
white
yeah.
women.
Yeah, what I
I
mean.
agree with that. I would see that way.
Komora.
What's that?
Kimora Lee.
Kimora Lee.
Russell Williams. Williams, yeah. Is it Williams?
Russell. Something.
Russell.
The
Big
guy,
Russ.
Def Jam Russell.
Yeah.
This
That
guy.
was his
Kimora.
Who do you think hates us most? White people or
different
Asian
Asians.
What do you think?
Asians of all race, of all Southwest, North, all of them.
Yeah, but South Asians hate black people because of white people.
okay.
Okay.
That's history, innit? When they had the slaves over there and stuff like
Yeah.
that, and when they bring the black slaves to India
Yeah.
and then pit the slaves against each other like that, that's deeper than that. That's all because of white people. If you check history and things that's happened,
Yeah.
there's reasons.
But they have
behind
this caste culture
Yeah, they do.
in their country.
Anyway.
Anyway.
Yeah,
They're colorist.
But I reckon again, I think the white man went there and done that.
Oh, you think it was him?
Yeah, the white man's usually
Alright.
involved,
Oh,
usually
him,
the blame
child.
for everything.
Okay. So
But again, Komora's cool. Dave Chappelle's gal is
Yeah, she's
she's something
yeah, she's
Filipino
East
maybe
Asian
or
as well.
something
I
or
think,
something
yeah.
like that. He's straight. He's calm. He's pro black.
yeah.
Ain't
Yeah, yeah,
Dave
yeah.
Chappelle? Yeah, Dave
Yeah.
Chappelle.
The show is definitely.
No, but we're not arguing whether it is you can be pro black and be dating another race. That's not
No,
the
what we're
argument.
saying is the Asians gets like black
get
man. They
past.
get past. The black
Yeah,
the
okay.
things see you for the
Yeah.
Kochani thing. It's like
That's fine. If it's a white girl though,
Okay.
the torches out. I don't know. I think it's weird. I don't know. Yeah. For me, I just think long as I don't care who anyone dates in it, as long as you're not speaking down on whatever
Yeah,
race.
yeah, yeah.
I think it's weird when you're speaking down on the race that you're from. If you're a black man speaking down on like black women, that for me is weird anyway because you're black. Do you know what I mean? But I feel like people can have preferences and types, and if someone's type, if all they're attracted to is actually white, I don't think that's the issue. You don't have to just because I'm black doesn't mean I have to like black. Do you get what I mean?
I think our thinking is going to be so different in the next 50 years.
why?
I'm scared. Here we go.
No, I think it's going to be commonplace.
I don't know. I just think people that don't like their own race, I think they're psychopaths, and I don't.
Do you think so?
As in us dating outside of a race is going to be commonplace in 50 years. That's what I'm saying.
No, but
Oh,
that's
but
cool. I
it's
don't.
kinda
I don't
common now,
mind. I
though.
don't mind interracial dating. I just think
It's
when you
still
don't like.
stigmatized.
That's
Actually,
cool,
yeah,
but I
yeah.
just think when you don't like your own race, and I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about everyone across the board.
Yeah.
Black men, white women,
Yeah.
Asian men.
Asian, everybody. Like, because going out is fine, whatever. But when you don't like your own, I'm saying you're looking in the mirror. Like, what are you? I don't understand.
I do
how
think
you
it
could not
must
like
be a
your own.
response to some kind of trauma, though. Like it must be some kind of response because it must be like because it's true. You can be open, but if you intentionally like avoid your own people, I think it is a response to trauma. Maybe you don't like your culture that much. Maybe or maybe you just don't like your culture actually.
Can't you? Oh, it's a bit unfair because obviously we're wavy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Or black people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for white people, especially white women,
What?
slim pickings, right?
What for the wave?
What with black men or with
can
the
you blame them
or the non-white?
with the whites? He said that.
Yes,
Oh,
no, that's
okay.
your father, your brother, your siblings. You look at it and saying, yes, that's mental health. Yes, there's nothing wrong with liking black men and
Yeah.
being onto black men. When you can look at what made you your own person, look at them white men and say, no way, impossible,
Yeah.
never going there, not doing that. What are you talking about? Like, there's something happened to you, and it's the same
all
with black men that
conditioning.
do
It's all
that.
conditioning,
That
though.
it's always the same with the black men that do that. I want white girls and then look at black women and say, no,
For white people,
black man.
For white people, it's conditioning, though.
Okay, so
Depending on where they grew up,
okay,
right? Because if it is a black person grows up in or one of them places,
yeah.
you're only going to basically like what it is that you're seeing around you. A white girl growing up in, I don't know, deep Hackney, you're not going to pick the white person over the rest of the flavor. Especially if it is all of the other flavors are looking up to MAGA. pum pum father. She's gonna want the elite. She's gonna right at the top.
I hear that,
It's
but
not her
then,
fault.
so then you don't know what you don't know, innit?
And once she's experienced you, she can't go back. She can't close her eyes anymore.
Yeah, but then there's still,
She wants better, but they're better.
there's fine.
But
That's,
when it is that you get locked up, like what is it? What is it you should wait?
there's cool. There's having a preference, but they're not. But that's and that could be your preference. But then that same person not being prepared to even talk to a white you because they're white, regardless of what you've grown or what you
No,
know.
I hear what you're
whatever.
saying. I heard the whole you shouldn't hate your own because what? But I also see that there are people who could be born into a particular race and look around and all of their race is actually moving mad, right?
Yeah.
And their mindset is not like that because they've traveled, right?
Yeah.
They know better. And I could see them not looking to mess with that because everything's just polluted. I'm not in a right frame of mind. And it could be the exception as opposed to the rule, 100%. So I get what you're saying. I don't think I'm contesting what you're saying. I think it's bad all around.
All right.
Again, maybe all just be our type. Oh, black men like me. Actually, they do. They do like me how I like them. So I can't relate.
Would you all forgive me if it is am I a white woman?
No, I don't care.
You don't care?
No,
Would you look at me differently?
no,
At all?
no. But I know that that's not your.
Would you get your mind differently?
Yes,
How come you could look at your mind
because
differently?
it makes too much noise for him to do that.
So I don't talk about white women too much.
No, like I know that with you, like I know what's important.
If
What's important to
E-man,
you.
like you're, you believe what you believe, yeah, but you're a very logical person and you're strong in your convictions. And if you got with a white woman, I'd be rather meet this white woman. I'd think
I know she's wavy. I know she's wavy.
she'll be amazing.
I know
That's
she's
what I
wavy.
Oh,
believe,
you think
yeah.
I'm gonna get a spicy white?
No, but I'm just
No, no,
saying,
no, she can be-
the kind of person she'll
Yeah.
be
The
the
person
right
she
person.
is.
She'll be who she needs to be. That
Yeah.
You're not gonna make a bad decision. If I see E-man with a white thing, she used a potion. So I need to check. I need to check he's all right.
Did you go take a temperature?
Yeah, like
listen.
she used drugs.
We will come in and we'll put the camera and I'll be like, guys, unfortunately, we've got some things to deal with outside. We can't have a show this morning.
TD
Can we
has
have
to take a break for a week.
So
It's
when
an intervention.
when Emmanuel's in next, I'll have a conversation on air. Do you
Okay.
think he's ever dipped his toe in the milk of magnesia?
I hope for his sake, and
Oh, you hope he's pure.
I hope he's pure. Because if I find out that he has, I will never, ever let him live that down. I don't care if he gets to be the next brother Farrakhan.
Yeah.
I will bring it up every chance I
But
get.
someone's past is not their present.
E-man made me believe he came out the womb like this. Like he came out the womb pro-black activist.
Yeah.
And remember he told us the story about his auntie.
Yeah.
So there's no way that you've told me this is how you've been this for forever. And that was your reality. I need to understand that.
How about spicy white?
What's spicy white?
How about like Greek? Turkish?
Nah, E-man.
No?
Nah.
No? You still don't think? No? Hackney? Max?
Turkish thing, yeah, he could have shot the Turkish thing. He could have stumbled across spicy
I would
white.
definitely look at him how Dr. Umar would look at him.
Serious?
Yeah. Because E-man has made too much noise for this to be...
But they're not really like spicy white. They're just Hackney. It's different.
No, it's the same thing.
No, it's not.
I get it. I get what you're trying to say. But I don't think so.
Because Yusuf thinks that like Turkish people are like black people.
Yusuf thinks that.
Yeah.
Who thinks that?
Yusuf.
Says what? Turkish people are like black people?
Yeah. Like we don't see any difference between them.
This is the problem.
What do you mean?
He said they weren't white.
So what are they?
They're black people.
And this is why I say we don't gatekeep enough.
Like, but
He's
I've
probably
seen
going to say he never said that.
obviously because they have their own cultures and stuff and they're spicy.
Yeah.
I've seen spicy white people talk about white people like they're not white.
Yeah.
So,
But I get that though. Because I have friends who are like Turkish, Cypriot, Greek.
Yeah, they don't.
And they talk about white people like...
You can't talk. You can't compare them to fish and chips. England.
You can't, and I get
He said
that.
that people's allowed to say nigger.
Huh?
He said that people's allowed to say nigger.
Yeah, you see, the thing is, we were believing you, but you always have to take things too far. I don't believe
No,
he
this is
said
what
that.
he said.
I don't believe that. Do you see how mad Yusuf got at Margs? Don't look at me with that face. You see how mad Yusuf got at Margs' Chinese friend that says the N-word? And you think he has something like that in his closet?
Wasn't his Chinese friend? This is white friend.
Whatever it was, man.
Whoever it was. It was one of the killies. One of the Caucasian killies. Do you get what I mean? And I don't believe that.
Okay.
I believe everything else up until
Are
allowing
there
them to say
any
the
meters
N-word.
after 7 listeners who remember the episode? Thank you very much. Make yourself known.
Don't make yourself known.
Thank you.
But yeah, E-Man, we need definitely to have that conversation. But I will be shocked.
All right, so you guys,
So he has.
you guys fully.
Is that what you're telling me?
Oh, you see, he said, he used to say impressed of like my name. Can any meters after 7 listeners remember the episode?
Someone said, I reckon E-Man's had some milk. That sounds wild. But no, I absolutely don't see like pure white people, as in like white, British kind of white, Irish white. Do you know what I mean? I see the Greeks and the Turkish and the Cypriots different to them.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Sometimes I see Italians different as well because they've got a bit of, but then
Yeah.
they're racist. I just read a tweet. This girl said when she went to a restaurant post-COVID, the guy, the waiter wouldn't take cash from her. He said he didn't want to touch it after she's touched it. And then she thought it was because of COVID, but then all the other white tables, she literally saw him handle cash with them.
Yeah.
Because Nella Rose was asking about going to Italy. But yeah, man, it's mad, man. So there's no means of 7 people to...
No,
Rebecca said, I think I recall.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Never mind.
Yes, that is a thing. People do romanticize white people that are from the Mediterranean. 100%, but...
Is that a knock on the term spicy white, basically?
Yeah.
Saying,
That's where it comes from, I guess. We think they're spicy. We think they've got oomph to them. Because they're
There's
not.
more culture in there
Yeah.
than just bland.
I mean,
will
but
say
there
though-
is, to be fair, though, in certain places.
oh,
they,
100%.
like, whether it's not our culture, but they have
They have
culture.
Yeah,
They got-
yeah, 100%. That's why I see them as spicy white. Because they're not white. Because my other friends, my spicy white friends, defo joke about white people. And we all laugh together because it's true. It's facts.
That should be all laugh together.
We all laugh together. It's facts.
Do you allow them to laugh at you?
About what? They've got nothing to laugh about.
Black people.
They've got nothing to laugh about. There's not
Ah.
one damn funny thing about black people.
Do you think
Not
jokes
one.
can fly?
Huh?
Jokes are supposed to just fly all across ethnic divides.
I think jokes can fly, but then it's within your relationship.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? Because
Yeah.
jokes is jokes, but a joke from you is different to a joke from you. And then in mixed company in very, you know what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah, I
about
mean,
it's
yeah.
about who's making the jokes. Because jokes, for me personally, jokes is jokes and jokes can fly.
Yeah.
If I don't know you like that,
They make a joke.
what fly where? What are you
Like
talking about?
Yeah, like we can talk about stuff like say that's going on because if they like black music or whatever, or like, they know about like black culture in it. So we talk about stuff like that and say like Kanye was moving mad. We'd talk about stuff like that. Like I wouldn't be like just because Kanye is black and you're not black, you can't talk on Kanye. I don't care. Do you get what I mean? And if there's gonna be jokes, it'll be individualized based jokes. Do you get what I mean? Like, oh, so you're always late, that kind of stuff. But they wouldn't say something offensive about black people because I wouldn't say something offensive about their people. But they're not wired that way.
Shout out Moroccan, Ishmaelite, Arab. I don't know what you've been doing in the chat section. I don't know if it's been causing trouble or whatnot.
You've been
but
doing a lot.
You've been typing a lot, but like welcome.
Welcome.
I like your name. I don't know if it is that's gonna come back and bite me, but welcome.
All
I
right.
said, do Italians class themselves as white? What?
No,
What do you mean? No, of course they. What else could they be?
they also are spicy. Some people see them as spicy white.
If you ask them, they'll be like, I'm Italian.
Yeah, they also see themselves as spicy white.
See, but it's ridiculous.
That's what I'm saying. We
It's
don't
ridiculous.
gatekeep.
Of course they're white. Like they're white. Like at the end of the day, yeah. Because you did
They're
the.
not anglicized white, though, are they? They're not anglicized white, though, are they?
No. Well,
Not
yeah,
Italian.
they kind of are. But what's his name? What's the Love Island you called?
Oh,
Ekansu's man.
Davide.
Davide.
Yeah.
So why are you, man? Obviously, he's tanned up and all that, and the hair's slick and that, because that man was doing olive oil and that. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, that man was raised on olive oil and sun and that. So yeah, that's why he looks like that. But so why are you though? What are we talking about?
The olive oil, the bread.
Yeah, you know the bread. Yeah, you know exactly what I'm
good.
talking about. Man was raised on that. Of course, he looks like that.
good.
Do you just dip it and then...
Yeah,
Beautiful stuff,
It's
bro.
a serious.
When,
It's a
when
serious
you
thing.
get the olive oil that's infused with chili, honey,
You just dip it in the bread. Dip
Dip
the
it in
oil in the
bread.
bread.
It's the vinegar for me, man.
vinegar.
Yeah, olive oil and vinegar.
Okay.
Different types of
Balsamic.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, actually, yeah. That's
Yeah, so of course, man are looking like that. But they're
I could do some Italian food right now.
like Davide's same parents. Yeah, born him in Scotland, and he stayed there. So you know,
You white. That's so funny, man.
Oh, the person didn't know it was live. The Moroccan Ishmaelite.
Yeah, because he's been talking wicked.
What was it? I think it
I
was
don't know what he
live.
thinks. I don't know what he thinks is going on. It definitely says live in the sticker.
Never mind. All right, cool. Thanks.
All right, thank you. That's all from me. Let's
When
get
my aunt comes in, I'll.
Yeah, I definitely need to know that because, honey. Because I'll be honest with you, yeah, if I find out that he has, right, that means I get where all this vim comes from then. It's like personal clarity. He's angry.
Yes.
Yeah, so it feels like. All right, well, we'll find out. Stay tuned and let's get into work or joke.
Let's get into our next segment, woke or joke. So, all right then, let's read this one quickly. Use it in the chat, get involved, listen, let me know how you think about this. TikTok is setting a 60-minute daily screen time limit for users who are aged under 18. If young people hit the new limit, they will have to enter a passcode to continue to use the service that day. But they will have the ability to opt out of the new measure, which TikTok says will be rolled out in the coming weeks. So, is this actually going to help?
I think it's a good idea.
Who gets the passcode?
The parents will have it.
So once
So your parents will have it. So if you've gone over the time, you have to then ask your parents for the passcode. And obviously they won't because you use your time for today.
I like that.
I think it's a great idea. I think it should be for adults and all.
You think it'll help, Brent?
What?
Okay, he's not listening.
Okay, sorry,
he's
forget.
causing trouble.
Alright.
But I think because sometimes with TikTok, I'll be on TikTok and you don't realize how much time goes by while you're scrolling. Especially when I find a juicy story. And I have to go trace it down, see how the story started. Have you made it past what the obstacle was?
You see how I feel about
crazy.
the internet, yeah? You know I don't like it already and like consuming information, yeah? I can't use TikTok. Like, you see like Twitter, yeah?
Yeah.
Twitter's different and I see a lot of videos off TikTok and I can scroll through and I can take in what I want and click on a video if I want and pass it if I want. TikTok is just video after video after video. You just
It's
think
a video library.
Just bombarded in your face.
Yeah.
Vroom, 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 and all this, and it's all crap. I can't ingest all of that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? Like, and then even just being on there, I don't know how the algorithms work, but it even just feels like it's hard to control what's popping up and all that,
Yeah.
I can't take in information like that. I don't want to see all that stupidness
Yeah.
constantly all day. So I don't use TikTok like that. I don't sit on it. And even when it does, it just doesn't feel right. Because it's like, that's how you can get lost in it because you're just sitting down and you're just watching it.
sitting
Someone
there.
keeps you every 10 minutes, then someone else, and then before you know it, you're just a zombie. You get me?
Absolutely.
So it's definitely not good for use.
It's not. I'm against anyway kids like using like electronics and iPads and all that kind of stuff. It dulls their brains. It really, really does. They don't have good attention span. They don't know how to concentrate. Like I remember like there was teachers when the whole lockdown ended and they had to go back to school and stuff like that. And they were talking about the kids concentrate. Like it was horrible. I'm not really for like my kids are not gonna. Heck, my kids they'll be called corny. They're reading books. Absolutely. Do you get me? I feel like because it's also become a thing where parents just use it to shut their kids up anymore. They don't use it to. They don't want to concentrate. They don't spend time concentrating on the kids. They just give them an iPad and just.
Yeah,
That's
but
it.
I always didn't want my youth to be an iPad baby, but then times change. My youth can't be an idiot. You know what I'm trying to say?
About what though?
He's gonna fall back by the time he gets
On
into
what?
in technology and that. By the time he gets into school, they could be doing different things. He can't not know how to use an iPad. There's these little kids, his age mates can do this fluently. He's got to be involved. He's got to be involved. He's going to be a dinosaur.
But what's he doing on the iPads though?
Just watching kids stuff.
Okay, so he can. Okay.
So he's just watching TV.
Just educational stuff, videos and that is.
Yeah, so he's not actually learning how to use the iPad. He's just watching TV.
Yeah, but
He knows how to basically press YouTube and then go to his favorite thing.
Yeah, but he can
Just
go
like
and
a
use
TV.
his apps and like once the more familiarity you get with it, you use the app. You'll be fluent with it.
Yeah, I guess it's the use of the app.
Maybe, yeah, but
navigating the app.
that's what I'm trying to say. That back in the day, when kids was playing with abacuses and that, I don't know how people might have felt like that, but if you say, yeah, you ain't playing with the abacus,
You really do like delve back into the time you never lived.
right.
I use abacus in school.
You used to play with abacuses?
Yeah,
Kids,
I did. I had
at
it.
one point in life, kids was playing with abacuses, and if you, as a parent, felt like this was beneath
Wait,
you
didn't
or
you
this
guys
was
have
thing,
abacuses?
yeah,
I did.
But not playing as a child.
We're talking about iPad. right?
I'm just
and
saying.
recreation, and you're now saying back in the day it was just abacuses.
I'm just saying, when the kids was playing with abacuses, if you was gonna say to your youth, my youth can't play with the abacus,
I'm gonna use paper and pen.
he's gonna be behind.
The abacus thing is the whole counting method thing, right?
Yeah.
And that's what you used to do in school, right?
Yeah.
So you didn't have that at your house, did you?
I have
I
an
had it in my
abacus in my
house.
house.
Oh,
I had it in my house. Yeah.
that's cool. What do you used to do? Measure cocaine? What was it for?
Measure cocaine.
What was it for? Like, why did you have it there?
Just
I
mental
remember
maths.
having like a globe.
Okay, with the world and stuff like
encyclopedias
that.
whatnot. Yeah, because my parents are teachers, but I never had abacus.
No, I did for like that's what I used for my homework and like just mental maths and stuff like that.
Ooh, I had buttons and stuff.
What's buttons?
Buttons.
Oh, they used to count. So you
Yeah,
put two
numbers.
inside
Yeah,
and you
yeah,
have
yeah.
5 and then you count them together.
Yeah, and sometimes
Now,
when
good
I didn't have
times,
buttons,
man.
I had like peas or beans and whatnot.
Oh yeah, like seeds and stuff.
Yeah.
Good
yeah.
times.
I guess
See?
I did have an abacus.
Now the kids just use calculator. My little sister is in year 8, yeah. This girl when she was in year 6, but can I get a calculator? I said, are you alright? And then she would just go on her phone. I'm like, no, you need to learn how to do it. Carry the 1,
Yeah.
times that by whatever you need to do.
Yeah.
You need to learn all of that stuff.
Why?
Why
they need
not?
to learn it?
I feel like, do you know, I feel like it just stimulates your brain.
Okay.
It stimulates your brain.
Stimulation. All right.
I think it's brain. I've even heard about an app. I need to find it where you can do something like you can do like little exercises every day
Yeah.
as an adult and stuff like that,
Yeah.
just to keep your brain active. All that stuff keeps the brain
Now,
active.
That's wavy. The whole problem solving apps and whatnot, where it
Yeah.
actually gives them games that they actually like. And they're doing something that they never thought they would enjoy because
Yeah.
all they used to do was just using
Watching
an iPad and
Cocomelon.
just watch crap. You would be surprised what your children would actually love to basically
Learn. Yeah.
off the back of, and it's just you just being a bit more creative with your time with them.
This is it. It's you actually having the time to sit down. I know, I understand that obviously for different reasons parents don't have time or whatever, but when you have the time to actually look at the right things for them, you can actually they can be learning and having fun at the same time. It's lit.
Abacuses.
I love abacus. I can
So
awesome.
your son, you hand him the iPad because you don't want him to be left behind, but he's the one who's disrupting people in the classroom.
No, he's not.
I just asking. I wasn't basically saying that's what
No,
you're doing.
I don't.
Such an egg.
I'm not a iPad advocate, so I don't give it to him to like distract him or stuff like that. I don't think him like whatever, but he has one and he uses it. And again, I'm just saying beforehand, I probably would have thought, I don't know if I would want an iPad baby, but then obviously I'm saying times are changing. The kids need to know how to use iPads. He's going to get into school, they're going to be using technology. He can't be a dinosaur. He's going to, he needs to know how to pattern up in today's day and age. And again, it's not just, if you're just sitting on there and just digesting nonsense and then obviously that's no good, innit? And if you're just giving it to them because you don't want to engage with them, you just want them to shut up and be in the corner, go and watch your iPad, obviously that's no good. Don't get me wrong.
But isn't there something that that says that if their child is consuming TikTok like that for hours on end, they could learn the world quicker than if it is that you told them not to watch TikTok?
It depends on what they're consuming, because
Yeah,
it's not
that's
like it's China. China, do you see what the China dad said that they're doing with the algorithms?
Yeah.
So it's just all educational.
And this
So if
is-
it's just all educational, you can sit on there all day.
Yeah.
Sit on TikTok all day, Killy.
Yeah.
I don't care. But this is nonsense. It's not in this London. You go on the TikTok, it's
Yep.
gonna be crap.
Yep.
You get me? That big black man dancing off a chicken. I don't want you to see that shit. So,
I would rather be in China
yeah.
For what?
In that
because
sense,
I love how wicked they are.
Oh, I love how disciplined they are.
Do you understand that they know that the entire world loves TikTok, right? Consumes TikTok.
Yeah.
And Trump was on something when he was saying, let's look to ban TikTok from the
from the
US
States.
because all it's
Yeah.
doing is dumbing our children, innit? But if China is saying, yeah, how the algorithm is, anybody in our land, we're putting the good stuff. Because again, we're planning for the future. These are future leaders that we're basically cultivating right now. The rest of you, monkeys, got this shit.
yeah. That's
Love it,
cool.
man.
Yeah, no, you gotta respect
Love
it. You gotta respect it, but so do teens spend way too much time on social media, or is this just like a
Yeah, they're definitely
PR thing for TikTok?
Nah, 100%. Kids spend way too much time. Even adults spend way too much time on social media. How much more kids? Yeah, 100%. It's the social media pandemic is horrible. It's so bad. People don't have self-control when it comes to social media and like discipline when it comes to it. So you gotta teach discipline from when they're young.
Yeah, the screen time's crazy.
Screen time is mad.
All right, then. Well, this is where you can tell me if this is woke or joke, yeah? Because man's saying, remember they reported yesterday, the US asked all government employees to remove the app from their government-issued phones. It's like a raging war against China. It's just suggesting the app could be spying for the Chinese. What's that, abacus?
Yeah. Wait. What did you say?
What?
You say, what is that?
I said, what is that,
So
abacus?
you don't know what an abacus looks like?
No, he sent it to the end that what is that? It was what is
Oh,
that
you were just saying,
abacus?
oh,
That's
just
how
looked up and said,
It's a
what you have on the
prefix.
screen.
That's how I
Sentence.
talk. You know, just like...
Okay, sorry. I thought you were actually saying, I don't know, familiar?
No.
I thought you just made the point you made.
Okay.
Is this app a spying app for the Chinese?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think everything's
Whoa.
fine.
Whoa, man said yes.
100%. 100%.
Oh, so it's
one at a
it's
time.
woke.
100%.
100% work.
How much data they're collecting? How much information they have on
It's mad.
the Western world because there's TikTok?
Okay.
Yes, man. I'm telling you.
Even when like you say something here, you're like, oh, I would like. What did I say? I was introduced the other day. Oh, actually, I can't say it out loud. Yeah, when you talk about stuff that you want to do or you want to buy or whatever, and you go on your phone, and next thing you know is recommended.
See, I don't like that because man's telling me it's cookies and that. So you'll be searching things, yeah, and then they match your cookies. And then when you, I don't know, just say you're reading the news and then the ads come up of the things that you're searching, right? Yeah,
Yep.
that makes sense to me because I left a paper trail somewhere. What doesn't make sense to me is us three having a conversation about something, yeah, just talking, yeah, and then going on my phone,
Yep.
and they're suggesting it to me. What? Are you sick? And I haven't done it. No, I don't trust this stuff.
You ever read the fine print when it is that you get a contract?
No.
You know I don't read terms and conditions.
Then it might be in there, bro. We cater to your lifestyle without you actually lifting a finger.
That's what it says.
Yeah, but I've just paraphrased.
Mad.
Trouble in there, man.
Why
Definitely.
don't you like that? Doesn't it
Nah,
make
I
your
don't-
life more efficient? You just don't
Nah.
like people like listening to you.
I just don't like
But
that.
you do realize that there are certain.
I don't like that. I could be talking about Concords now, yeah, and then go on Google and press C and it goes Concords. That's ridiculous.
All right.
There's so many other words that begin with C. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
All right, let's just say it's done to protect us, because if it is that people are there talking about terrorism and this, that, and next, and it's flagged,
Yeah.
and they prevent all of these particular acts,
Then it's a necessary evil.
then you're fine with that.
Yeah, I suppose,
Yeah,
yeah.
there
Take
you
it.
go.
Take it. That's the rub, innit?
This is the rub.
I'll take it.
But
Yeah.
it is woke. That's,
Okay.
that's happening.
Yeah, I definitely believe it's woke.
So it's woke.
It's fine with less.
It's a spy app for the Chinese.
I love how disciplined Chinese are with it. You know, I love it. Then they have their own social media platforms. There's no. I don't think you've got Facebook and Instagram and stuff over there. YouTube, I know you don't have there. They have their own versions of everything.
Yeah.
It's lit.
Yeah.
It's controlling, but it's lit.
Yeah. It's definitely not lit. It's definitely not lit, but yeah. It's all they know.
It's mad, man.
All right, so we're saying it's woke. Let's get into our headlines, man. This is our last headlines for the day.
All right, so trigger warning, sexual assault. A double rapist who changed gender while waiting to stand trial has been jailed for 8 years. Oh, is this a callback from that other case? I think it was.
Is this the Scotland man?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
So Isla Bryson attacked 2 women in Clydebank and Glasgow in 2016 and 2019 while known as Adam Graham. The judge said Bryson posed a high risk of reoffending and would be supervised for 3 years after release. The case sparked a heated debate over whether Bryson should be housed in a male or female prison after transitioning from a man to a woman. Bryson, who was aged 31, was initially remanded to a women's jail after being found guilty, but was then moved to a men's facility. Passing sentence, Lord Scott told Bryson, "You see yourself as the victim in this case, but you are not." The judge said reports suggested Bryson had a set of neurodevelopmental disorders. He said, "Your vulnerability is no excuse at all for what you did to these 2 women in 2016 and 2019. Regardless of your own vulnerability, in a period of just under 3 years, you raped 2 women who can both be regarded as vulnerable." Lord Scott said Bryson had preyed on victims because of their vulnerability and raped them in their own homes. That's horrible. So I guess he's back to men's prison then. All right.
He only got 8 years.
Yeah, 8 years.
Is that what? 2 rapes, 8 years?
Yep. That's what it is. 4 years per rape, I think.
It's light, isn't it?
Yeah. Consider what they did. Mad, isn't it? All right, our next headline. An analysis by the United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization, FAO, has found that Latin America and the Caribbean has the highest cost of a healthy diet compared to other regions. The FAO said in a statement on Wednesday that it had analysed how many people can in fact afford a healthy diet, one that offers a diversity of nutrient-rich food, aligned with dietary guidance, and found that billions of people in the world cannot afford a healthy diet. A release from the FAO said that the indicators developed by FAO, with critical inputs from researchers at Tufts University and the World Bank show that Latin America and the Caribbean has the highest cost of a healthy diet compared to other regions at $3.89 per person per day in 2020, followed by Asia with $3.72 a day, Africa at $3.46, Northern America and Europe at $3.19, and Oceania $3.07. Between 2019 and 2020, Asia witnessed the highest surge in the cost of a healthy diet, which is 4%, followed by Oceania, which is 3.6%, Latin America and the Caribbean 3.4%, Northern America and Europe 3.2%, and Africa 2.5%. Putting an end to hunger, food insecurity, and malnutrition in all its form, including undernutrition, micronutrient deficiencies, overweight, and obesity, is about more than securing enough food to survive. What people eat must also be nutritious, said David Laborde, director of FAO's Agri-Food Economics Division. Yet a key obstacle is the high cost of nutritious foods and the low affordability of healthy diets for vast numbers of people around the world. And our last headline for today is a drug giant, Eli Lilly, has announced a $35, which is equivalent to £30, cap on the monthly cost patients face for insulin in the US, responding to outcry over the soaring cost of the diabetes medication. More than 8 million Americans use insulin to control their diabetes. I feel like I'm saying that word wrong.
Diabetes,
that's it. I think it sounds weird. Diabetes, the American Diabetes Association says. Last year, the US passed a law capping monthly costs at $35 for people with certain government health insurance. But for many people with private insurance, the costs remain much higher. Lilly estimates that the average out-of-pocket cost for Lilly insulins has dropped to $21.80 over the last 5 years. Insulin costs in the US are much higher than in other countries. For example, a 2020 RAND study found that the average price per vial of insulin in the US was more than $98 in 2018, compared with less than $7 in Australia, $12 in Canada, and less than $8 in the UK.
What?
Oh no, it's mad. Even after insurance... Are you reacting to what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay. Even after insurance discounts were taken into account, patients likely face costs roughly 4 times the average elsewhere, it found.
You know, if you can't afford your medication in America, you just don't get it.
Yeah. I saw a video yesterday. Trigger warning.
You know, that concept is crazy to me.
I saw a video on Twitter yesterday. Is a lady, she had a stroke and there was something with her leg or something like that. And she wasn't allowed because she didn't have insurance. She died. Like the woman had a stroke and they were like, yeah, you don't have insurance. And she was left outside and they called the police on her and she died at the backseat of the police car.
You know what? Yeah, I see stuff like, like Dr. Pimple Popper and that, the Chinese woman. And she's doing her thing. And then the people come and they got all these lesions and all these things on them. And some of them are huge, these growths in their neck like this and and I'm thinking like, how did you even let this get this bad in the first place, yeah? And then I clocked, oh shit, they're in America. These people ain't even going to hospital if like too much money. Like I'm not going. If I can walk, talk, breathe, and all that, fuck all this. I can't afford to sort this out. That's mad.
It's
like
crazy.
The luxuries that we have in this country.
It's a lot.
We take them for granted, bro.
Going that way, they're looking to privatize the NHS.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I heard that. I remember when I was started out my dreams to be upper class, I had plans to privatize my own healthcare anyway. So, fuck that. I'm going Bupa or something. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. And there are certain free clinics in certain states in America, but obviously the waiting queue is mad long.
It's tough. Remember, there's millions and
resources
millions and millions of people there. Even in the fact that it's so big, yeah, they don't have the infrastructure. They couldn't. The NHS wouldn't be sustainable in a country so big, would it?
Didn't Obama want to actually look to do that?
What with Obamacare?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that didn't work. Well, then again, he
Well,
helped.
they
He
didn't-
helped.
they
He helped. He
didn't want
helped
it to work.
millions and millions of people though.
They didn't want it to work.
Yeah, they was
Obviously,
hating on him.
Yeah, that particular country can't.
Yeah,
They would
Obamacare helped
never
at least
have a
8 million
president
people.
to do that ever, because there's too much money in private healthcare.
It's just scary, man. I don't know. Lucky I live over here, boy. Real talk. You know what? Sometimes you got to put up with. Life's about give and take, you know. You know what I'm trying to say? That these English people are full of shit and that, and there's a lot of racism. Don't get me wrong, like there's so much to dislike about it, yeah. But big up England, man. I can't even front, man. Big them up. You get me? Yeah, man. It's tough out here.
Oh, we're paying for it, so
It's true.
bring them up to a certain degree.
To a certain degree.
We want to a certain degree.
Okay.
That's funny.
Let's get into reaction. Sports news. That's fine. Then I won't go Booper. Then I'll go to a better one. Money run. Money's running, man. So, Liverpool played as well. Look, so there were some FA Cup games and Premier League games yesterday. I thought Liverpool drew that game 0-0 because last I looked it was 2-0. They must have got them goals late. Liverpool beat Wolverhampton 2-0 in the league, and Arsenal thumped Everton 4-0 in the league, just like I said you would. Don't know what you were panicking about.
Who's used lot?
What?
I said who's used lot.
Well, you wasn't brimming with confidence, was you? I'm just saying. I said that you actually brushed. I knew you could have just battered them. You get me? So whatever. In FA Cup, Giant Killers Grimsby Town sent Southampton packing, man. Sent Southampton packing. And shouts out Mike Chef U Killies. You know, we had them up on No Behaviour the other day. Go and check that out with Ryan Brewster and Jalen Bogle. I don't even know if they got on the pitch yesterday. But they beat Spurs 1-0, man. More Giant Killings, man. Meaty Spurs are out of there. Burnley beat Fleetwood. And obviously we beat West Ham. Came back from 1-0 down. Run-of-the-mill stuff. But just a totally different team now, man. Ten Hag's on form. Probably the best manager in the league. Easy, actually. If we're just going on form. You get me? I'll get Pep and Klopp and whatever. But if we're talking form, best gaffer in the league. And we've got a smooth run to a semi-final. It's not going to be easy because Fulham are absolutely flying at the minute. And they're always a tough arcs. They're a decent team. But we got a home draw. So we've got Fulham at home in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. 2 more games. Quarterfinals, semi-finals, finals. 3 more games to go. And we should get it done. City got Burnley, I believe. There's an all-championship tie with Chef U and I want to say Blackburn, maybe. And then, is there another game missing? There's someone missing, isn't it? City, Burnley. United's got City, Burnley. United's got Fulham. Chef U's got Blackburn. And who am I missing, Brent?
I don't know. I'm not in the cup.
Yeah, but it should be the next round should be in the deck, man.
I didn't compile a deck, man.
Whoever I missed out, I missed out. But up the fucking Reds. Anyway, let's go, man. It's no beef today. Everybody won last night, so we're all cool. You get me? Big games on the weekend.
Who you playing on the weekend?
We got Liverpool on Sunday at Anfield.
Call it.
I don't know, man. Liverpool really lose at Anfield, boy. Tough game.
But the most informed manager, a super team as well. Got Rashford, Casemiro playing.
3-1 United.
Okay. Confident, yeah?
Quietly confident, man. I don't know if we're going to get 3 goals at Anfield.
You never know.
I'll take a 1-0, man.
All right.
I'll take a 1-0. But yeah, it's all right. Let's get into our final segment of the day. And done Out Ere.
So I take back The whole Moroccan Ishmaelite are they're just having their own conversation. To be honest,
Oh, he's just talking to himself.
yes, I don't know if it's a himself. To be honest, maybe it's a them.
They themselves. They selves.
Themselves are cool.
They selves works. Could be Z selves.
Yeah, and let's deny it.
I'm just saying. Oh, trigger warning, man. Trigger warning. I will highlight this. I don't know. Firstly, appreciation because I asked someone to fill the cup, and
They did.
it's filled. It is filled.
Asking, ye shall receive, honey.
Yeah. I mean,
Wow, they really went in, boy.
I would have. I went to number 3. Let's go to number 3. Yeah, it's a trigger warning. I pressed it because I thought this is like, it's not lighthearted at all. It's pretty serious. It's pretty deep. And I'm like, what's the relevance here? I pressed it, and then I saw this man's face, and I just thought, what the fuck, man? Why are we doing this stuff for, man? So here's a trigger warning. This is about rape. A woman was raped in East London. And I haven't even read the whole story because it's saying she was pleading for help from the shopkeepers and they were refusing to call the police. And I don't understand. But when I saw this guy's face, I thought, you know what? This is why. Yeah, see, Brent?
Yeah, I had to say, yeah.
And it's just that's just how you feel. It's just how you feel, man. It's like, what? You know what's mad, yeah? And it works both ways because someone was saying to me, like, I was saying something to her. Where was I? I can't remember where he was. I was talking to Daniel Kaluuya or something. And someone was telling me I was doing like a beg friend thing or whatever, yeah? But like, I was just talking to them. It's like, I don't know these men from nowhere. Like the Daniel Kaluuya, Damson, Idris, all these people that I'm aware of you. So you are aware of me from growing up in the ends, obviously. Like, but we don't have relationships, so to speak. You get me? When we get in situations and places where man can reason, talk, hate each other up, man appreciate. You get me? I always feel the need to let man know how happy I am for them. How
Yeah, is that what it called you about being a beg?
Yeah, but I don't want to say proud of you because I think that's patronizing when you say you're proud of someone. But I'm
really?
like, you man, sometimes the way you word it, but I'm just saying like, you man, you don't know this, yeah, but I feel like you don't represent me. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
And you success are my wins.
It's
Like when I
beautiful,
see you doing good, like I love it. Like I'm happy. Like
Very
I'm
wholesome.
dope. I think it's dope. You know what I'm trying to say? It's because you are a black man, you are an English man, you don't come from where I come from. So I resonate with you. So you get me? So, and they were saying like, maybe I was doing too much, but I'm saying no, and it works both ways. And it works because the flip side of it is when black people do foolishness, I feel it as well. Like, you don't represent me. Like, do you know what I'm trying to say? It could be a total stranger, but when I hear something egregious or whatever in the news and I see it and then it pops up, it's a black man, I'm like, what are we doing, man? You know what I'm trying to say? Like, that's why when it's positive, I have to give them their flowers. You know what I'm trying to say? It's like when it's negative, I have to put them on blast. You get me? Kevin Lloyd Williams, this man is a piece of shit. He was sentenced to 10 years, for his rape. So at least they be working. You get me? But I just wanted to have the opportunity, He's off the streets, so they're safe. We're safe. He's off the streets. You get me? Justice has been served, I just wanted an opportunity to put this pussy's face on camera. You get me? Like, this man's a villain. I hate this kind of stuff. I hate rapists. I hate all of it. And it's not just because he's a black man either. Like women definitely do need to be protected. I haven't even gone into this into the story properly, but to hear that she's gone to the shop like to ask for help and they wouldn't want to call the police and stuff is ridiculous. Another reason why it triggered me a bit as well, because this is all happening in Hackney as well, man. This is all home. You get me? It's wrong, man. It is wrong. But again, don't want to put too much of a down on the day. It's been a nice day. But I just wanted to let you know that Kevin Lloyd Williams is a scumbag, raping piece of shit. But he has been taken off the streets, you get me? And he will serve his time.
I feel like they should have named and shamed the shop. But that's mad. How can you not be able to help people when they need it?
Let me go through it. I didn't pre-read the article because it was just us here.
The shopkeeper is.
Let me see if I can find the shop. Nope, they're not naming, shaming the shop.
They should. They're the ones. They're done out.
Yeah, they're taking the piss, innit?
Absolutely.
There's no community, man. When someone's telling you they're coming and they're hurt, and it's like, yeah, I don't know, man.
I can't imagine that. I feel bad for her, man. I can't imagine being in a position of fear and then I'm hoping that you will be someone who can help me and you decline me of that. Like, who do you turn to next then? That's mad.
Yeah, humans, man. They never cease to amaze me, man. Like, they could do some good things,
But
And in
when
the
they're
same
horrible-
breath, man, could be fucking disgusting, man.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Humanity's mad. But yeah, this issue's definitely done it here, man. Let's get into our outro.
Oh, thanks for liking. No, do you know what? Thank you for everyone who's liked the video so far. But if you haven't, please like the video before you come out of this. Also, subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys for tuning in as you always do. We appreciate you. Follow us on our social media platforms. The Day After TNB on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. And you can send us voice notes and text messages for your dilemmas. Is this what would you do tomorrow? So send something in. If you've got any dilemmas, we can lovely and be kind enough to help you with. The number is 075 6484 1073. And if you'd like to inquire about the show or feature on the show, the email address is thedayafter@thenewblack.com. We will see you guys tomorrow.
And I have a feeling that the Moroccan Ishmaelite Arab was brought in because of Emmanuel's, like the clip I put up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what kind of dragged. Yeah.
Yeah.
isn't it?
You've
'Cause I
tapped
put it on
into a
TikTok
new.
as well, innit? So
Yeah,
it
you
went
definitely tapped
places.
into a new community.
Yeah.
Has it been cooked on there? Is it right?
No, not yet.
No,
But
yeah.
I didn't put it up for him to be cooked though.
Yeah, I don't know. Wait, I don't know. I don't know about that.
The hat was lovely.
Did you not see that the caption? Why did you put the caption like that if you didn't put it up to him to be
Caption.
cooked? Don't mute anything. Are you muting
I
stuff?
didn't mute anything.
Why's your finger moving to end the show?
No.
All right, guys, we're out. Bye.
Bye.